What's going on, my favorite people in the world? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all the lovely fans we have today, you guys. I told you guys I've been on a break. I've been tired of uploading daily. I have over 1,000 videos for you to watch on my channel now. It was time for Austin to take a break, and honestly, the break will extend. But tomorrow is Troy's birthday party, so the break ends tomorrow because we will get back to schedule. Now, I know yesterday I went live. Yesterday, you guys, I did not have a lot of energy, so I went live and I had to cut it off. But today we are back, way more energy. We're gonna have a topic of discussion today where we're talking about turn this shit off. What is the best country for American men, not women, American men to date in? And I'm just doing this to tap in with my subscribers. I've been MIA for a few days. I've been focused on Instagram. Instagram has been blowing up way more than YouTube in the past 24 hours. What's going on, Kamal? He says a travel boss. Thank you very much. You know exactly who that is. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break down each country. When we get about 100 people in here watching, we're gonna break down each country and talk about what experience was best as an American, of course, opposed to the States. I don't know where I want to set this camera at. What's going on, DeSantos? Let me add a Q&A to the chat. I need to start going on Instagram Live after I'm already deep into the YouTube. I appreciate all love. Somebody say I love you, bro. I love you too. Man, I was just thinking Austin must be in love. He went ghost. No, not in love, but we're gonna do a poll right here on YouTube, and I'm gonna see what you guys think first, and then we're gonna break down what I think about that. What we're gonna say what continent first, then we're gonna break it down by country. What continent is, let's say, Americans in general? What continent is best for American men to date? I know y'all, some of y'all gonna try to say find love. I know that's not really what y'all trying to do. 50% of y'all not trying to do that. So we put the poll up there in the top right corner. Y'all do a vote. Somebody said this stream is gonna be fun. It is gonna be fun. You know why? Because today I'm full of energy and I'm ready for all. No, we're not gonna start that because they said what race of American men? They said race matters. We're gonna break down the race too. It does matter. I wasn't saying that. And Rob, you must be playing. He said the best continent to date or find love is the United States. United States is not a continent, but it's not true. He said, "Don't start yet, Austin. I got to go warm up some foods and enjoy this stream." It says yes or no. Shit, that's the wrong one. Thank you for telling me that. Everybody put yeah. Okay, my bad. I was talking too much. Let me go back. Thank you. So let's go back. We're gonna do this poll. Oh, we got. I don't know why Instagram doesn't automatically scroll down and show me people responding. Somebody said, I enjoy all your videos. Shit, I'm thinking about getting a divorce and following your footsteps. Go ahead and untie the knot. Untie the knot. I didn't really advise you to do that. I'm just giving you a suggestion on what I would do. What continent is best for American men to date? So we're gonna put number 1, North America. Number 2, America do Sul, South America. Number 3, Australia and Antarctica are not gonna be on the list. There's actually not enough. YouTube only allows you to do 4 options. So we're gonna put Africa, Asia, and that's all it's gonna be put. So we're gonna have to skip Europe and Australia. So I started the poll. We're gonna see what you guys think down here at the bottom. You need to post more. I do need to post more on Instagram. I'm in Nairobi, Kenya right now for one more week. I'm in here for one more week, and then we gonna go back to Asia for about 10 days, and then we gonna go to Europe. And man, the love I'm getting out here in Kenya is so strong. It's so strong. Every day I wake up, I look at the sunlight, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm about to make this transition. See, going to Asia is okay because I'm coming right back. But going to Europe for 3-4 months, somebody asked, is the stream freezing? Is it freezing for y'all? It's not freezing for me. Okay. So right now, I'd say if you want to learn the language, I pick South America. If you don't want to learn the language, and most American men can clean up in Southeast Asia, let me tell you something though. Anybody can clean up in Southeast Asia. I know some dudes that was 400 pounds, nowhere to stay, no car, no job, cleaned up just fine. The standards are very low in that part of the world. Very low. They got some very low standards in Southeast Asia. It is what it is. I know some of y'all don't like it, but hey, Rayma, we're gonna have you go live on YouTube. I'm gonna DM you a link, or I'm gonna WhatsApp you a link. Somebody said Kenya got some fine ass women. Yes, the hell they do. That's why I ain't went nowhere yet. At least 50% of the reason why. It's hard to leave. It's hard to leave. Somebody said, "Don't no straight man wear a shirt like this." Let me tell you something. The only people that's confusing me with the gay shit is gay men themselves that don't want to come out the closet. See, you wish you could open your shirt up like this. You know, when the sunlight hit, you wish you could do that, but you can't do that. So that's why you mad. Now, yeah, you trying to call me gay because I got the shirt on, but nah. Thank you. And you know who made this shirt? The person who made this shirt is the best tailor in the world, Nelvin Schumer. I actually just got 4 more pieces from him yesterday, and I told him I need you to get me right before I go to Asia and Romania. So I got 4 more on the way before I leave. At this point, I almost got 50 shirts by him. So I'm not it's about to be at a point where you're not about to see me wearing the same thing at all. And somebody asked how much are his shirts in general. Usually like $75 a piece. When are you going to South Africa? Whenever I get back to Africa after Europe. Thank you, Ashlyn. Yeah, I'm doing custom shoes next. White men say the same thing. If you go substandard, go to Asia, you'll find a woman. No problem. No problem. Let's see what the poll says right here, though. So in between North, South, we know number one, North America was going to be the least. South America is at 34%. 40% of people put Africa, and 17% put Asia. Now, I would really love to know why Asia got as little as it did at 19% now. It's at 19% now. Africa is still number one, South America number two, Asia number three. Now, a lot of y'all, especially us black men for some reason, love to go start looking for women in Asia. And I could go the fuck off right now, but I'm not. A few people actually picked North America. We're gonna get to Europe next. We're gonna narrow these results down, and we're gonna go down to the country. If you want some of my shirts, you need to hit up my tailor at Nelvin Schumer. He got enough. Just don't buy the same ones I got. Yeah, 75 a piece, but they're gonna last forever. And you see, I want to say this to the people in Zambia right now. I know they upset because I said Lusaka was boring. I'm not backtracking that statement. I don't backtrack statements. Uh, but for all because they what the people in Zambia. Hold on, no, I'm about to be on your ass. What the people in Zambia are doing is they think they clowning me on TikTok right now. And it's about 700 comments under one video, and about 650 of them they're shitting on me. But what you don't know is the more you shit on me and share that video and talk about how stupid you think I am, the more money I make. Because you making me more relevant to begin with. They like, who is he? He's not a celebrity. We don't even know you. We ain't gotta pay no attention. Don't worry. You keep leaving comments. Everybody over there gonna know who I am, and you won't have to ask that again. It already happened in Rwanda, but the Rwandan people didn't say what y'all said. Y'all are just rude. So there's people saying they don't rate us brothers like that. Do y'all think that black men are going to Asia and just being tolerated? Oh shit, y'all. These people on Instagram are stupid. Do y'all think that Asians? Yeah, once I finish the European trip, it will be. Yes, it will be. That is a good point you made. Do y'all think that we're just being tolerated in Asia? Or do y'all think we're loved in Asia? I mean, I'm neutral with it because I'm not. That's not my place like that anyway. You know, that's not my go-to. But I just want to know what y'all think. Somebody said we're not their preference. Yeah, because if you are Jamal and you take Dave to Thailand or the Philippines with you, you'll figure out what their real preference is when it comes to dating outside their race. You'll find that out real quick. Now they got that going on over here in Africa too, where they trying to make it seem like the black men aren't their preference. When really what you're doing is they'll go get somebody, you know, no shade to the white men, but from what I've been seeing, they go get somebody from there, and then they call Austin Holloman. That's what's happening. If he doesn't live in that country. If he doesn't live in that country. Now, if he's in Kenya or in Tanzania and he's white living with his Tanzanian or Kenyan wife, that might not be the thing. But for the ones that are like marrying African women and then going back to Europe or back to Australia or back to the United States, it's not the best move. It's just not. Now, Theodore, thank you very much for the 50, I believe that's Mexico, super chat. He says, hold on, we gonna see what they saying on Instagram real quick. I ain't saying that yet. He says, can you talk more on your thoughts about dating broke women versus women that have something? I have mixed views on it, but overall steer clear of it now. Now, for the longest, when I first came out, I was a strong believer that a woman doesn't need anything to date me. Like, oh, she could be broke and she don't need nothing because I'm gonna provide everything. The more I have experienced women that, like don't have any money and really ain't doing nothing, I'm starting to walk back that statement now. Because that's fine. It's okay when she's doing her part to make you want to provide. But when you just got your hand out all the damn time, now you just annoying. And I don't know I don't want to. Do you want to deal with that? I don't think I want to deal with that. Every time I see you, I gotta bust out some money. And that, like I said, that could be fine, but damn, what am I getting? She doesn't have to be a real estate mogul. She doesn't need to drive a Mercedes Benz. But if you could support yourself, that'd be great. Because it's almost like when they have nothing at all, you walk in, it's a liability, like somebody just said. It's starting to feel like you walking into a trap. Somebody says, so the issue isn't broke women, it's lazy women who offer no value. Yeah. It's not that they don't have anything. Like I said, it's not that they don't have anything, but if they not trying and they asking me for money, they just annoying the hell out of Austin Holloman. That's what he said. Now, we're gonna go back to the topic of discussion. Somebody said you cannot expect super young women to have money. They expect you to have money though. When I was 19, no, I was 20. I had a chick trying to shame me because I couldn't take her on a trip. A fucking 20-year-old wanted me to fly her to Dubai. Me? Which I could have at that time. I was one of the select 20-year-olds that had enough finances to do that. But really? You think somebody that most 20-year-olds ain't even got their acne together yet? How the hell am I fly you to Dubai? Anyway, you guys put in a poll today that now South America is number one. I think y'all are pretty indecisive on this one. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Whoever said that about doing the laundry and all that. Now it's a tie between South America and Africa. So we're gonna go. We're gonna redo the poll. We're gonna narrow it down because it seemed like y'all understand that Asia is just being tolerated for the most part. Now, especially if you're black. Let's go. Which is better for dating? Asia or Africa? The two A's. Not Asia, my bad. South America. So we done restarted the poll. Let's see. 100% already at Africa. South America is for hoes if you don't speak Spanish. That honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds about right. If you go to Brazil and you don't know no Portuguese, the women that you are limited to probably aren't the best girlfriend, wife material. I'm just letting you know that right now. No, not. I never said most of the women in Africa were broke. I didn't say that. Why would you say that? No, they're not. I've met plenty of women that don't ask me for money. I'm just saying, I've just since I've traveled the world, the ones that I've met from all parts of the world that don't have money, it's just not it. King Cray said he's gonna make his decisions based off this live stream today. Let's see. Let's see what we come up with. So again, it's a close tie between South America and Africa. Now, for the people that are getting online bashing me, calling African women queens, and they looking for husbands and all this other stuff. That's not every single African city or African country in general. I'm gonna let you know that right now. There's plenty of places that have hookup cultures in Africa. There's no shortage of places like that. There's no shortage of places like that in Africa. People that say shit like that haven't been to Africa. I'm just letting you know that right now. And I can say that. This is my 7th country. So I can say that. Oh, but also there's 54 countries. I'm not going to all 54. There's two or three of them you shouldn't go to. Right now, at least. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but the ratchet Cardi B culture has also hit Africa. Yes, it has, but it's not that bad. Otherwise, I wouldn't be over here. It's not a problem with paying for a meal. It's more like he says, every time you want to link up, there's something new they're trying to get you to pay for. Yeah, that's annoying. That's why they call it a liability. So let's look at this poll again. So it looks like Africa is winning the poll so far. Okay. Everywhere if you white, Southeast Asia, Africa if you're black. South America, Southeast Asia, South Africa, and Africa if you're black. I wouldn't say Southeast Asia. You for black folks. You can go. You can go, but I mean you gotta definitely be careful with what you're dealing with down there. I had Kate when I was in Southeast Asia, but um, Kate used to also live in America, from what she told. I mean, you can't believe shit nobody says these days. But she had a photo. She had several dozen photos, so I could only believe her. And she knew a lot of American. The way she talked, she wasn't lying about living in America. But for the ones that have never left their Asian country, uh, you need to keep your eyes open. And I can say that. I was there for a while. I was there long enough to catch on to everything. Not saying you can't find no love over there, but I'm just saying everything is not what you think. South America. So Africa had won the poll. And we're gonna open up a call line today, and we're gonna see what you guys want to. We gonna get some direct answers from y'all because I can't do this by myself. So in Africa, let's see. Out of the main ones y'all like to go to, let's see. Kenya, Ghana. I'm gonna go ahead and put Ghana on there, but I mean, y'all know how I feel about Ghana. South America, Africa, and what's another one? Let's do Tanzania since I've been there. And I put the poll up. Out of those four countries, which four? And let me tell y'all something. Me and Floyd, we about to go to Romania. And I keep saying this every time I get on the video. We do not blend in Romania. Y'all can disagree, agree, but it's going to be a hard transition for me to go from all black to all white, and then don't get a beautiful white girl in a white country. I'm for sure going to Poland, Lithuania, Estonia, and what's the Latvia? I don't know if I'm gonna do those other ones, those other three. Romania does have Africans in it, but I mean, Ukraine had Africans in it. You see what happened when the war broke out, how they did them. Floyd says, not for me. I love white women. I'm not saying they don't love you either. I'm just saying being in an all white environment, I don't know, man. But we gonna find out for ourselves. Y'all know me. We gonna go over there and find out for ourselves what's really gonna happen. Now this poll right here. Let's see what they leave in comments on. We need Skylar to call into the live stream. He said, yeah, y'all be careful. I'm gonna be real careful over there. So we got almost 300 people on YouTube watching. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Limit your Europe trip to Eastern Europe. Ooh. That's gonna break the comfort zone for sure. I mean, I could do that. I know that's what y'all really want to see because everybody's already covered Western Europe for the most part. And on this poll now, it says Kenya is number one for Americans to date in Africa. South Africa number two. Tanzania number three. And Ghana number four. Now I'm gonna say this poll to me looks like it's about right. Because Ghana was not the place to date. Now I will go to Germany too. I know that's not considered Eastern Europe, but I'm still gonna go there. So let's go ahead and add this call screening. We're gonna have a live discussion for a few minutes about what is the best country for Americans to date in. I'm gonna get off Instagram. Y'all sound like Asian women talking about white men thinking white girls all that. What you mean? I didn't say white girls is all that. How many white girls you seen on my go through my Instagram, my channel? How many white girls you see on there? I'm not saying nothing's wrong with them. I like all people. I like all of them. James Hatchett with the $5 super chat. How did they treat you in Africa, being that you are American? For the most part, you get a lot of love, especially here in Kenya. I've gotten the most love in the world in Africa and in Brazil. But there is a large number of people that just look at you as a commodity, just being honest with you. They see you as some sort of lick that'll smile in your face, and the whole time they just want you to buy them something. And that could be smiling in your face for 30 minutes, or that could be smiling in your face for 30 days, and then they had a whole agenda the whole time. Awan says, I just left Ghana and it shouldn't have even made the list, to be honest. I'm telling you, Ghana is not the place to date. Ghana is the place that you go see the culture and the slave house and that kind of stuff. And y'all go over there and y'all have y'all's Holy Spirit moment or whatever y'all want to call it, because that's what people claim they feel when they get to Ghana. I didn't feel that, but y'all have that. That's what that's there for. But don't go over there. It's not Nairobi. And yes, I've been to Vietnam before. That was my third country in Asia. Thank you for the super chat. Well, that wasn't a super chat, but thank you for the comment. We're gonna get off this live stream though on Instagram. Now back to YouTube. Let's pull this chair closer so we can get into this conversation. I just dropped the link for you guys to call in. I just dropped the link, and I want somebody to come in here and tell me why Kenya is number one for Americans to date in. Why is Kenya number one for Americans to date in? Check this out. If you calling me on Instagram, I don't answer the phone during the live stream. I just don't. No callers yet. We have no callers. Now, hold on. We got everybody in the comments, but y'all scared to pull up. This is supposed to be a moment for y'all to connect with Austin. This is supposed to, y'all supposed to be in here connected with me, and y'all ain't gonna call in. You ain't even got to put your face on the screen. Just call in and give your commentary. Call in and give your commentary. What is the best country for Americans to date in? So far, it looks like it's number one for Kenya. but y'all afraid to pull up. Had that same energy y'all had for that girl in Brazil that had me put on the news. Y'all pulled up on her. Why can't y'all pull up on me? I don't even want no smoke. I just want y'all to come in and talk on the show today. Now, somebody, that old boy says Kenya has a tourist culture that makes dating easier. I don't think that's what it is, because Ghana had a tourist culture. It's a lot of expats in Ghana. It's a lot of Chinese in Ghana, Indians in Ghana. That wasn't no easy dating culture. So we got John Anderson in the back, and he's cammed up. He said he pulled up on us. What's going on?
I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm over here in the car and everything. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I'm at work, listening to your live. I appreciate your work, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So did you vote on the poll?
Yeah, I most definitely got Kenya for
Really?
sure.
You been to Kenya?
I I didn't go. I've never been to Kenya, but I'm more of an observer. You
So
understand what
what?
I'm saying?
So
I'm
from
all
what?
new to this stuff.
Okay. So from what you can see, Kenya. Why do you think Kenya is the best out of all of them?
From what your video show, seemed like the people was a little bit more genuine. The
Mm-hmm.
women are more beautiful. Uh, I like the coach. The coach is nice. I
Yeah.
respect the coach.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot of genuine people. Kenyans are very very good people on all aspects. I mean, you have your bad apples everywhere, but for the most part, it's great out here. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be out here.
Yeah, I my destination, man. Once I'm financially stable, is to visit Brazil, Colombia, and uh, Costa Rica. Uh, most definitely Peru. I hope you go to Peru and do a Peru video. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'll
That
be
would be
there.
nice.
I think that might be
What
my
about
first
Panama?
Panama for sure. I went to the airport in Panama and it was a wrap. That's all I needed to see.
You like the energy?
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about the women.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was full of them in the airport. I was like, yeah, we got to come back over here.
But you know what I can respect about Panama, Peru? They got a unique face. To make any
Mhm.
sense, like they like looks are a little bit different.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
um,
Yeah.
let's see. So, how do you get to judge based on? He said, I know all about that airport. It's a lot of black people in Panama. Yeah. And you see that in the airport. The majority of the people in the airport were black that were working there. But let me see. What was the next? Somebody asked a question up here. So somebody says dating for anything long term definitely is not in Kenya. I know if you're talking about Nairobi and Mombasa, I can 100% understand that. But if you go to the smaller cities, from what I saw, it gets better there. And if you pick the university girls that still has the super strong accent, like the deep, she'll be a female, but she has that deep African accent. It almost has like a deep voice to it. The ones that have been already kind of adopted and that know to kind of blend in with that true American English kind of sound, that is kind of short term for the most part. It basically what I'm trying to say is the accent is what's that's what you need to look out for if you want to date long term.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. So awesome. Well, let me ask you this question, right? What do you think? Because honestly, I'm not bilingual. I'm thinking of learning Spanish, Portuguese. How you say it?
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about doing that, man. But I think I should start off with Spanish first. Um, I don't know, because Brazil is like I want to be my first destination, but I felt like something's telling me just to wait it out and probably try something small like Mexico, Colombia. You know what I mean? Something small. You know what I mean? A good start off.
I would
You
still
know.
start in Brazil. And honestly, you can get more countries around the world with Spanish, but if you know Portuguese, see, it's easier for you to know Spanish. I mean, it's easier for you to know Portuguese and understand Spanish versus vice versa.
You think so?
Yeah, like when I was in Brazil and I would try to speak Spanish to them, they would understand most of the words. When I went to Colombia and I tried to speak Portuguese, they understood damn near nothing. It
They was
seemed like,
just looking at you like, what?
yeah, they were looking at me like those words sound familiar, but I don't know what he's saying. So
Damn.
let me add Matt right here to the live stream. What's going on? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, his thing timed out. Let's add the Black Wall Street. What's going on?
What's up, Austin? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for all the valuable information and all your work.
Thank you. I appreciate you watching, man. So what do you agree that Kenya is the number one place in Africa for Americans to date?
I don't have enough knowledge to answer that question accurately. However, from what I've studied, you have the best opportunity to meet somebody to pair bond with for a long-term relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and that just comes from watching you and watching other African channels. But my question is why do you think Ghana is not a good place to date, and have you seen any prostitution in Africa like it is in South America?
So between the three continents, right? Asia, I've seen the heaviest prostitution. South America,
What?
yeah, oh yeah, it's heavy. That's like part of I mean, to be honest, it's like part of their culture. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Especially the poorer the country, it gets really bad, obviously. But
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, South America and Africa seem to have a tie on the amount of prostitution that you see. From what I've seen, it seems that they have a tie. Because in Brazil, they're there, even in places like Copacabana and Rio, where it's considered to be a lot of them there, which that is where I've seen the most at. It's not like when you're in Asia where it's like, damn, every single chick you run into in this tourist zone is a prostitute. Or Medellin, I know in El Poblado, it seems like every chick you run into is a prostitute. Not really. I'm just saying, I think that bad. South America and Africa, you can still meet regular women, but Ghana, I just the energies, it was that the energy that the environment had, plus coming from directly from Kenya, there was not as many beautiful women walking around Ghana as there was Kenya. That does not mean that the women in Ghana are ugly. I'm just saying when we talk about the volume of beautiful, like it's not a damn place you can go to in Nairobi and not see a beautiful chick. It's just not. It's not like it's not a place you can go to in Salvador and see that, in Rio and not see beautiful women. But in Ghana, yeah, you can go hours and hours.
Also, let me ask you this question. Do you think there's a lot of what they call it lady boys? You think they all over Thailand, or they just in one particular area?
Uh, they have certain areas where they do hang out more, but it is exaggerated on how many there's a lot. Now, I'm not saying there's no shortage of them. You will anybody that's been in Thailand said they ain't seen a lady boy is a liar. Like there's no way you didn't see that. They're there, but it's not like some dudes be like, oh, I took them back up to the room and I didn't know until they got the clothes off. Nah, it ain't that bad. Nah,
But say, hey, but some of them are well put together though, man. You know what I mean?
Some of them are. I done got lit before and I walked down the street and I saw one. I was like, oh, she looked good. I was holding her hand, got a little closer. I was like, what the fuck? I had to push like, bro, come on, man. Like that. So you might run into that, but you're not gonna run into you ain't gonna we ain't gonna go all the way there though. We ain't gonna go, it's not that bad. It's not that bad to the point where you'll be taking them. Nah, I don't see it
You
getting that
gonna
far.
pretty much, we know what man look like, and we know the structure, the
Yeah,
body
you'll
structure.
know.
Hey,
You'll know.
Austin,
Uh,
in your travels, have you seen a lot of women in Africa that act like the women in the United States?
Mm-hmm.
as far as like attitudes, the way they dress,
Oh,
the way
that's
they
not
behave.
good, man. They picking up some Western stuff.
And I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell you
know.
why I think that is because the majority out of all the African countries I've been to, English is not uncommon to run into. But because of that, they can consume the exact same media and understand it perfectly. And you gotta remember, most of the people in the states that's pumping out the bullshit that we don't like are the black people. And these are black people here. So then they think like, oh, we're similar to them, and they understand the propaganda because of the language. Then somebody said no because those women went to school overseas. Uh, no. There's some chicks that have never left some African countries that they've been to. I mean, look at South Africa. I've never been, but what I heard is very westernized. I just think that has a lot to do with influence. But yeah, there's a lot of. I've met a few African women, not like in the States where it's intolerable, where you just can't deal with them and you'll end up moving out the country at some point. But it is noticeable some of the things they may say, but you can tell that they're mimicking something they saw. That's not who they really are. So we got a bunch of people in the back chat right now. Let me add one more,
Yes,
and then
want to echo.
go ahead. Oh, we got Top here. I believe you sent me an email, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. Appreciate you bringing me up, man. I just want to say, love your show. Love what you've been doing, man. And yo, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm tuned in.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So what?
Austin out here changing lives, man, for these men out here, especially black men.
Yeah, that's a fact. I
I
messaged.
give him that.
Yeah, I messaged him earlier. I don't know if you've seen it, but like Austin is one of the main reasons why I want to come to Kenya and see what's going on out there. Like I've been to a couple of different countries, and a couple of different African countries, but I haven't been to Kenya yet. But just seeing all the vlogs and all the videos, it's just like, oh yeah, I need to check this out.
Kenya is a must go. You must go to Kenya.
Yeah, man.
If you come into Africa. But so do you have anything what were we just talking about with the last guy? We were talking about Americanization. You've been to Africa before?
I have. So I've been to. It's funny. Tanzania was my first African country that I've been to, and then I've been to Ghana. But both times that I went, I was in a relationship, so I kind of like got a different kind of experience. You know what I mean? Because I was already tied down. This would be my first time going out there being single. You know.
Okay. So you would say that you ran into a lot of Americanized. Well, you were in a relationship, but could you tell? Did it feel like there was some Americanization there?
In Ghana, for sure. In Ghana,
sure.
like you really couldn't tell the difference between, are they really from back home or are they from here? They it was very, very similar.
Yeah,
especially
that's
like
how I
you go
felt.
to nightlife.
That's exactly how I felt when I was in Ghana. I went on a date with a chick and she walked up with a meme mug, and I was like, yeah, that's too much like Texas.
Yeah.
Austin, those are the same type of women that expect you to approach them too, and get mad because they can't get a man.
Yeah, and we're meeting for a date, and I ain't even spoken to you, and you got a meme mug. Like, come on, man. Like, no, that's not gonna work. That's just not gonna work. Dr. David.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. So yeah, I like the poll. I agree. Kenya, Nairobi in particular, is really cosmopolitan. It doesn't just represent Kenya; it represents East Africa. You got people from Somalia, you got people from Ethiopia, Tanzania, just all over that Uganda, all over that East Africa. A lot of them just congregate in Nairobi. So Nairobi in particular is a good spot. I think you really are missing out on going to Addis Ababa. I think that's a really good spot. Eritrea is good too, just because of the percentages of women to men. It's like 5, 6, 7 women to each man. So if you go there as a tourist or whatever, you're gonna have a good time there. They got good beaches too. I'm big on, if you're English speaking, I think Lagos is one of the best cities to just check out in Africa. I don't know Ghana so much. I can see why Ghana would be very Americanized and that you wouldn't like that. I'd probably go to Kumasi first before I would judge Ghana. Kumasi is north. and then go from there. Not necessarily, and check out the college campuses too, and not so much deal with like in Accra, because a lot of these chicks have been overseas, and even if they haven't been overseas, there's these schools that they have in these big cities that are like run by Americans, and and if they attended one of those schools, if they attended one of those schools, they basically are indoctrinating them in the whole Western mindset. So just double check if they've been abroad, or see which high school they went, secondary, they call them secondary school, see which one they went to. If they went to one of those schools that was like the American School for Boys or School for Girls, or one of those schools that they set up by one of the churches or whatever, they're just whole indoctrination camps. And the kids live on those schools. They're like boarding schools. So they don't even live with their family anymore when they go into high school. So they are, by the time they get out of that, completely indoctrinated. So as long as you avoid those types of chicks, you should be all right. You shouldn't run into too much drama as far as Americanization is.
Yeah, I've met many women that have been to international schools in Africa, and I can agree.
Yeah.
Those are very different, and their English is always perfect.
Yep.
Wow, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Let me see if there's a couple super chats. The Eat More Traveler says, Kenya, the people are cool and straight up, but South Africa is the only spot in Africa I can see myself, but it's not as friendly as Kenya, but it doesn't bother me much because I'm from New York. Appreciate the $10 super chat. You have anything to say about that, Dr. David?
Yeah, Kenya is cool. Kenya is super cool. I don't know about South Africa. To me, I don't. As far as if you just want to like have an American experience, South Africa is where it's at as far as like infrastructure. But there's too many. There's too many white people there, man. There's too many white people. It's not enough Africans. And if you go to the African communities, they're not that great. So like the predominantly African areas. So I would prefer other countries. I think Tanzania is way better. If you want to speak Portuguese, Angola is just amazing. So I wouldn't put my hat on South Africa at all. I just don't think it's a good scene. And also with the disease factor, don't forget 1 out of 3 women in South Africa are HIV positive. So that messes up your dating situation. At least for me, that would be in the back of my mind. But like as a man, all you're looking at is the woman's bad as hell. So you're not like when I was your age, I didn't think like that. I thought I was stupid. So I would get involved. I wouldn't even think that the woman had anything, So it's just not a situation where I would put a young man in to see all these beautiful women, not even thinking in the back of his mind, oh crap, does one of these girls have something? This is this. You're not even thinking. So yeah, I wouldn't put that on the list of places to go.
Is that like in all the South African cities, or is that the whole country in itself? Like
that's South Africa in particular. And then I think there's maybe another country that has similar, but it's right there in its area. But yeah, South Africa is one of the worst places because don't forget it's the young population that has it, and it's 1 out of 3, and it's usually the super attractive women too. So you never can tell who's who and what's what. So I would steer clear of that.
All good puss ain't good puss, bro.
So he says South Africa got some super bad women, but in Africa in general beats the USA, no doubt. Absolutely. He also said he's about the HIV. He said not in Johannesburg. Would you agree to that? It's better in Johannesburg?
What? Where? Cape Town?
Oh no, he's Johannesburg. I guess he's talking about the HIV rates.
I have to look at it. The whole country is not great. Johannesburg. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give misinformation to people listening to it, but yeah, I would look into that and just be careful anywhere you're in Southern Africa like that. Just be cognizant that that's an issue, and the thing is, the women are super attractive. So you're not, as a red-blooded, hetero, you're not thinking about that stuff. I would never think about that if I was you. I would just be looking at the women and not even thinking that. So I wouldn't put myself in that environment where I would be tempted to deal with a woman, not even think, it'd be tough for me.
Okay. I will definitely keep that in mind when I go down there then. Because that is a serious issue for sure.
Is that like an issue in Kenya, to your knowledge, or? Have you
Huh?
heard anything about that? Like, is there like a lot of HIV or anything like that going around in Kenya, or?
They say I haven't looked up the data. Let me see. What is?
It's like 10% or 9% or something like that. It's there, but it's not like South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, it says 8%.
8%, yeah. It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
No, that's not bad. I try to stay strapped up every time anyway. I just be trying to be careful, man, because you just never know how it is. But
So, next level says any opinions on Uganda. Does anybody have any experience in Uganda? No.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi. Well, first of all, actually, I'm not African American. I'm actually a French guy, like with North African origins. So I just wanted to share my opinions, my 2 cents about Kenya and Uganda, because I've been to Kenya for seven times since 2016, and I have some experience with Kenyan women, for a long time. So I can share many things about them, because actually on the internet, since 2-3 years, Kenya became famous. So many videos on the internet about Kenya and Kenyan women and everything. But I think most people don't tell the truth, and most people don't tell the negatives about Kenyan women actually.
And what would you say that is?
Actually, Kenyan women see dating foreign guys, whatever, if they're white, Arabs, Indians, Black, African American, whatever, they see it as a business. They are very, very opportunistic, and it's for them, it's an opportunity. And some of them, they will just use you, let's say for one date, for 2 dates, but some of them you will be shocked. They will wait for 3 months, 6 months, even 1 year to hit you on the text or whatever, to hit you on to text you after 1 year. She just needs school fees. She need a lot of money. She need she's doing a business. She have a business idea. I need some money. So most of them, they are using foreigners, and it's on the long term. That's what they do actually. Most of them, I've dated tens and tens of Kenyan women, and unfortunately, they are like that. Yeah, on the surface, they are very cool, very, very cool, very cool women, very nice. You will have a very good company, very good time with Kenyan women, but with time, you will be shocked. And also, I know a lot of guys in Kenya, foreign guys, they got scammed big time actually, by Kenyan women. You don't even know what they lost. Some of them, they even scammed the guy on a house, literally, in Kenya. She got she scammed him on $2,100, literally. And I have many stories about them. But as I said, the good ones are there. It doesn't mean all the Kenyan women are what I'm saying, but there is very good ones, very well educated. They have good jobs. They don't ask for money. They are not using you or playing you on the long time. But they are very rare, and you need to screen a lot, actually, a lot.
You do need to screen a lot, yeah.
Yeah, you need that's a lot of work actually. I don't know your experience, Austin, with Kenyan women, but that's how my experience and the experience of many guys actually in Kenya, expats, and as I said, African Americans are also whites, same thing.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Trust me. And many of them actually, they are sugar babies too.
Yes, true. That's very true.
Many of them, they are especially on Tinder. So the
That
problem
don't sound
with
like no
guys,
surprise.
the problem with guys, what they do, they open let's say there is a guy in America right now, okay? He opens Tinder. He changed his passport from America to Kenya. He got in 1 hour, he got 200 matches. The guy is happy. Oh my God, I'm gonna book a ticket right now. But the problem is I don't want to engage in numbers, but I would say with my experience, I would say 70 to 80% of them, they are sugar babies actually. They are playing you on the long time. they will like make you very motivated to come to Kenya. And once you are there, trust me, like many girls will play games.
It's funny you say that.
What?
I actually I got on Tinder and I did the passport thing because
Yeah, many guys, trust me, man. Many guys did that's what they do actually.
Yeah. I
What,
have.
what kind of games?
What was that?
Yeah, what?
What kind of games are you saying they're playing when you get here?
Repeat question, please.
What kind of you said they play games whenever they get to Kenya. What kind of games?
Yeah, what kind of game? So they go like on a first date with you. So like you have a lot of fun and everything, and then she start like asking for things like send me a gift, give me a favor, I need school fee. I know all of them. Like I pass by. Oh yeah, this is very famous. Tomorrow is my birthday. this is very famous. Like they have many excuses. Like they repeat them. Like they copy paste them to all the foreigners. Literally, like I know them very well, and yeah, that's what they do. So like for you, you just like looking. Let's say, well, not like we don't have all like the same motives, but let's say some guys are looking for sex. So if you are looking for sex, so it means like she will play you through time, like she will like use you literally. You know what I mean? At the end, you won't even get it. Like you know what I mean? So
you
like,
won't get the sex?
Yeah, what?
You said like you won't get the sex. Is that what you're saying?
Some of them will give you, but it's just like a part of the plan. You know what I mean?
Because
it's part of the plan actually.
Well, I'm had to give you some pushback on that because I haven't had no problem with the sex part in Kenya.
Yeah, me too. But like there is some woman I had sex with, like she will hit you after 2 months, 3 months. You mean like she will ask you like for money, for whatever, like you know what I mean? Like she will ask you for birthday gifts, for business things, you know. So that's what they do. Like it's just like a business for them, an opportunity. And one thing I want to say, there is some woman I know, they are on Tinder since 7 fucking years. Imagine, like on the Kenyan girls. I swear to God, I even know their profiles. Like there is one woman, I swear to God, there is one woman I fucked in 2017 in Nairobi. Like last year, I just like I was in Nairobi, I opened Tinder, and I still find her on Tinder like after 7 fucking years. Imagine, like.
So would you think? I think eventually they're supposed to ask you. I'm not saying they're supposed to, but I think it's normal for any woman after a certain amount of time if you've been dating them for a while, to be like, "Hey, can you pay for this? Can you?" That's normal worldwide, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
If you are dating, of course, but well, I don't think so, like a guy coming from a foreign country to spend a couple of weeks in Kenya just like to look for a serious relationship. They are rare, but it's very rare actually. Most of guys go to Kenya for fun.
Well, if you're talking about finding girls on Tinder, then you're already taking a foot in the wrong direction. The type of women that you want something serious with, you would not catch dead on that app. And a lot of them too don't even they don't even go to. So it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking just to have a good time, then you're gonna, and the same types of transactional dating things that we see.
Yeah, that's Kenya actually. Transactional dating, as you said.
It's not unique to Kenya. It is the same. I mean, you get guys listening to this in other countries, they get scammed for foodie dates. They get scammed for all kinds of stuff. They even fly girls out to Miami, to Atlanta, to New York, to Dallas, to LA. And the girl's supposed to party with you and do this with you and do that with you, and you think you're going to hook up with her, and then all of a sudden, guys have been scammed. I mean, so this is not unique to.
Just to tell another thing, white Kenyan girls are easy. Like the problem, like Kenyan girls are easy for every race, for everyone. You know what I mean? That's why it's a business for them. Like they are very good. Like if you go to, I don't know, like if you go ask a German guy. And you tell him like a very well-traveled German guy, and ask him like what's the best country in Africa for women, he will say Kenya. Like it's good for every race. Trust me, like it's good for every race, and there is a reason for that. Actually, there is a big reason for that. You know what I mean? It's like a business for them. and especially Kenyan women. Like I have a very good experience in Uganda too. I've been 3 times to Uganda, to Kampala, and Ugandan women are different from Kenyan women. They don't use guys for business. It's not like a business for them. So like Kenyan women, like what I want to say, like Kenyan women, they are easy for every race. Even Indian have good times in Kenya with black women. Even like Europeans, Black Americans, most of the guys have a good time with Kenyan women, and there is a reason for that actually.
Well, what I think is that's a certain type of Kenyan women too, because I've met some Kenyan women that wouldn't even kiss me on the first date, and that is rare here because the majority of them is fucking pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's not really hard to get to that part, but I think that that's like one circle of women that's all dealing with foreigners, and it's pretty easy to see those though, and I had to learn that.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, that with the exception of South Africa and Egypt, Kenya is the #1 country for foreign tourists in Africa. So
Yeah.
you have a group of people who have built their whole life around feeding off the tourism industry, whether it be hospitality, whether it be Airbnbs, whether it be the hotel industry, or in your case, women who are dating international men. So that's who it appears you're running into. I would caution you from reducing Kenya or any country for that matter to that group of people. Try to go to cities and areas that are not frequented by tourists and see if your experience is the same. And then go from that, as opposed to just Nairobi, which is a tourist hotspot in the international travel scene.
Yeah, because Nakuru was completely different. Nakuru was
Kisumu is good too. By the way, Kisumu is very good too. Very traditional woman. Yeah, like they will give you very good time. So try Kisumu, by the way.
I could try Kisumu too, yeah, but I think it's just it's because it's a big city. It's a big city, like you said, it's a big tourist destination. The UN is here. It's very modern. Everything works, so it's going to attract a lot of Westerners anyway. Like myself, that's why I live here, because it's very easy to live here.
About Uganda, I have been 3 times to Kampala. Last time it was like last year. This time actually, October, November, stayed for 2 months. What I would say, there is a big difference between Ugandan women and Kenyan women. The Ugandan women are much more traditional. They are like much more polite. They respect the guys. They are not westernized.
Kenyan women are polite too, though. What do you
Well,
think?
I mean, like the politeness, the traditional politeness. What I mean, like they respect the guys like way too much. I don't know how to explain it. Like they don't talk much. You know what I mean? They will give you like the time to talk, and they will listen to you, and they will take care of you and everything. But they are very different. Like as I experienced, they are very different for Kenyan women. Also, like they take time. If you want to to sleep with them, they take time. Well, the body is it depends on you, but they are very thick actually. I would rate them
They are
very thick. I have seen like somebody's, it's crazy.
Okay, so you would pick Uganda over Kenya?
Not really. I don't like Uganda. The problem with Uganda is very underdeveloped over Kenya. That's the problem. Like you will get bored like in 1 week or 2 weeks, you will get bored. But Kenya, you can have like something to do every day of the week.
Correct.
Like you will have a lot of fun. But Uganda,
you got bored in Uganda?
After 2 weeks, I wanted to leave. Honestly, actually, I left.
Damn.
Yeah, so like I left to Kenya and I did a road trip between Kampala to Nairobi. I don't advise anyone to do it. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, nice meeting you guys. Thank you very much, Austin, for letting me talk. And I'm a very big fan of your channel, so I keep watching. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. You've opened up discussion a lot more.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a lot of people disagree with you. There was a couple super chats right here. Somebody says, I'm more worried about catching something in the States rather than Africa. You just got to be smart taking the data and don't believe too much of the hype. I would agree. Lots of girls are about their paper in Kenya, but in South Africa, I really haven't experienced it. So I will say there are a lot of women that do use foreigners in Kenya. But honestly, man, the shit is very avoidable. Like,
Yeah.
they do have better game than American women suck at their game is fucked. Like they I don't see how they still get dudes. I just don't. But in Kenya and other African countries, I will agree they're very good at it.
Yeah, you can't even tell. You can't even tell, bro. You you be talking to her and then you're already finessed, bro.
Yeah, they can get you. They can get you. But I think it's even more of a transaction. Like something that's common here in Kenya is that you'll go out with a girl and then she'll invite all her friends, and you gotta pay. You gotta pay for the bill for all those drinks. But I mean, to be very blunt about it, you getting the fuck too, though. So I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like in America where you can even get a kiss from one of them. So I mean,
yeah.
Shit. So what was your opinion on what's the best place to date in Africa? What do you think about Uganda? Because it seemed like you was about to defend Uganda at first.
Yeah, you know why I'm biased, bro, because I'm Ugandan still, right? So I was born here, lived here for like 14 years, then immigrated to Canada, and I've been living there for like the last 15, right? So I've had an experience with both the North American women and also the women from here. And like the other dude was saying, it's pretty much night and day, but you have to kind of with African women, you have to change your mindset and kind of see like if someone's using you, right? Just make sure that you're not falling into those traps, because you might end up. I've heard of dudes who have actually like bought women houses and like paid for their relatives' medical bills, right? All that, and then end up getting screwed. There's some relatives I even have that have ended up in situations like that. So like you still have to be careful, because they have a different way of finessing you that's not like all up front in your face like the North American ones. But if I were to pick, I'd probably go with the more, like East African women, in my opinion.
So you've been to West Africa before, right?
No, I haven't been to West Africa. I've only been to in Africa, I've only been to Uganda, right, so far. And then in the West, I've been to Houston, I've been to LA, I've been to Toronto, and I've been to a place called Thunder Bay as well, right? So all those places I've kind of done, like, seen like what the dating scene was like a little bit, right? So I kind of have an experience of both to kind of, decide like which place I'd probably do well in.
Okay. Somebody left a comment. He said in Africa, drinks are $1 and food is $5. I'm tricking. That's if you eating on the side of the street. There's no $1 drink in Africa that's at a nice even mid-level in Nairobi. Not even in Uganda. I never paid that cheap for a drink in Uganda. Not even in Zambia, not in Senegal, damn sure not West Africa. But I mean, it is cheaper to trick out here. I guess.
What is like the drinks? What does the drinks cost in like the clubs out there? Like, what do they normally like go for? How much is like a
like
shot?
$7, $8, $9 in Lagos in particular. I don't know about Nairobi's about the same too, actually. But yeah, $7, $9, $10, almost as much as you would pay in a Houston or Atlanta. It's no different. In fact, there's some of the same dancers that they have in Atlanta and Houston and whatever. They fly out to some of the places in Lagos, because I saw that they had up headlines. I was like, wait, these are the same girls that they have on banners in the States, and they fly them out. So it's big money. Yeah.
Well, I see
this is money.
In Nairobi, I think the drinks are a lot cheaper than they are in the States, probably about like 50% cheaper. Like I can have 4 or 5 drinks with a lady and it's only $30 versus in the States, 2 or 3 drinks will run you $30. And that's that's cheap.
I'm from the DC area. Like with some of the clubs, one shot could be $40. Like for one mix could be $40. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's robbery.
I wouldn't even drink.
Wait, Austin, but the drinks are probably even cheaper in Uganda than they are in Kenya.
I believe so. I believe everything
Yeah.
seemed a lot cheaper in Uganda, but like you said, it's underdeveloped. Well, was that you, the other guy? But it is less developed than Kenya. Let's say that,
Yeah.
or at least big cities, Nairobi and Kampala. Nairobi is way more developed. There's a lot more dirt roads, a lot more poverty in Uganda. But
Yeah.
yeah, the last guy, the stuff he was saying about Kenya, it's true, but it's very avoidable. Like I was saying, I think a lot of those issues are avoidable. Uh, I don't think if the woman gives you the pussy first that you really got cheated that much. Especially not coming from the United States where
Yeah.
you'll get cheated to the max and not even get a damn hug. So
Yep.
I don't know.
Exactly.
So I think after being in that environment, not much is being cheated in Kenya.
Yeah. Even when you go even when you go to Canada, it's the same thing. Same thing.
I've heard that. Samu, you I just added you to the stream. Did you have some input you want to put in? You on mute though.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, hi. Hey, Houston.
how you doing?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, somebody was talking about ill of Kenya, and I'm a Kenyan. So, to be honest, if I don't know if I can check my camera, you can see I have a chart of the whole of Kenya. There's another place I'll show the whole of Africa, but I'll say like Kenya personally, I'll say like you guys need to know about Kenya and the Kenyan ladies. Like, to be honest, I've been talking about people telling them that Kenya is the place to be. I've read a guy who has been to USA, to Israel, to Dubai, and whatnot. And there's a guy from Uganda who was in this stream was saying, I don't know that Kenya, I don't know. There's something was talking about Kenya, but I'm saying like Kenya is the place to be. And Austin, I just salute you for being in this country and knowing about us. And but I really wish, don't just go to, because I've been looking at you ever since you came to Kenya. Don't just go to those girls that the Kilimani girls, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There is a
I've
guy
heard
who
it.
made there's a guy who made you to go to Nakuru and whatnot. And there is something called a cat. Remember that
Yeah.
thing you are chewing? Yeah. I remember well. This is something in the you call in Adrol, or you are saying
Adderall.
it's yeah. And I googled it. I remember I googled it, and it's the same thing. Because I remember when I was in campus, because I left campus sometimes, but it was a thing that we used to use it so that we could study. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because it
Mm-hmm.
was at least in this stream, at least I know that you are among those people who have used it, but it was something that it gives you adrenaline. And I don't know, you can use your own words, but there is that word adrol or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was
They
the
have a
best
seminar.
thing. Yeah, so about Kenyan ladies, I'm like, Kenyan ladies, just look for a local, but don't look for the city girls in Nairobi. Look
So how do
for
you find
ladies. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. Today I'll tell you the truth. But look for girls in outside Nairobi. But if in Nairobi, have somebody who will vet for you, you know. Because there are those in Nairobi who are like, even I'm sure you have been in Tinder, you have been in dating sites, and they are like, I'm looking for a Mzungu, I'm looking for a white guy, you know. So all I can say is like Nairobi is a good place, Kenya is a good place. Just, you know, look for a good place to be in. But if you go to Nairobi, you'll be like those people you're always talking in your site, where like they are looking for such things to be in the video so that they can recommend for you. But remember when you had a guy, I remember your video where you had a guy from Mombasa and he was telling you come to Mombasa. It was a karaoke or something where you went and it was like go to the street. They call it kienyeji, you know. No, it's not kienyeji, but go there outside Nairobi city, and then you'll find those whatever you're looking for. Maybe for you, you're looking for girls and whatnot. Maybe there's somebody who's looking for a wife, you know. And for real, a wife you can find, but not in Nairobi. Okay, not you can find in Nairobi, but not in Nairobi. But personally, I can see as a Nairobian. Okay, you can find me in Nairobi, yes, but
Takes
at
time.
least you have, yeah,
It's a lot of time, actually.
yeah, true.
So you think people should just come to Nairobi just to have fun?
No, I'm saying Nairobi is the place to be, but issue is based on the fact on in this stream. I'm sure you are an American who came here. After some time, if you have, you know, we are welcoming, you know. I'm sure like today I've met somebody. I've met a Chinese too. I was selling my PS today, like yesterday. Yeah, I was selling my PS and I met a Chinese somebody and all of a sudden we were just friendly. But you know that friendliness to me it's normal. But there's a friend of mine, my best friend, who went in the States, who went in the Israel and whatnot, and was telling me the blacks are not accepted the way you perceive them as a Kenyan. There's a difference, you know. It's like the way the white, you know, you're in Kenya right now, and you know we say mzungus and whatnot. It's like a white guy, we call them mzungus, and it's like we want to interact with these people. But this guy was telling me, do you know the blacks in the States and in the world, how they perceive us? I was like, how? He told me like I've been in a place whereby people look at me like a janitor. And I was like, hi, Aji. That's a Kenyan slang. Aji, how? You know. So I'm like, if you're here and you're being welcome, just welcome back. Welcome back, because I've got a grandfather and a grandfather who once went to fight for some wars, we 1990 what, the World War One, and never came back. So maybe you may be my distant cousin from then. So that's why we welcome you. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. So let me cut you short really quick though. Buck Travel, I just added you to the stream. He said he thought it was a janitor.
Salute to Austin and the panel. Yeah, man. I believe anywhere non-Western countries is the best place to date. Like I said,
Yeah.
Austin. I just want to say, be careful out there in Romania, man. Because some of the local dudes might get jealous, So just keep that in mind when you're out there, because I know they show us love out there. It's just that the dudes they be on some hating shit, So
I can imagine.
so if you trying to, and I'm pretty sure once you get contents out there, be prepared for the comment section to get you get a pushback from a lot of negative comment section from that side of the world. Just a FYI. So just be careful out there. Safety, always comes first, But if I were you, I'll probably get contents out, then leave, then start producing contents from there. But don't
Okay.
produce contents as you are there, especially
my
in those
dating
kind of countries.
My dating content won't come out while I'm there. But the other stuff like me showing the restaurants, I'm not really worried about that. But when I start doing dating content, because it's a white country, I wait until I leave.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I probably heard about what happened to that brother in Greece. So he was out in a club in Greece, Athens, Greece, and he was talking to this Greek chick. He was, he approached her. He was spending some game and all that. Across the club, these Serbian dudes got jealous. They saw this dude talking to, this Greek chick, beautiful Greek chick. They got jealous. They came up to him and said, "Well, hey, what's up, man? Why you doing this? Why you talking to her?" And he was like, "I'm gonna talk to whoever I want." He pushed back. So he got pushed by the dudes, and he pushed back, and the other dudes and his crew came and started jumping him, bro, like kicked. So they stumped him out, and as a result, he died. So just keep in mind scenarios like that, man.
It wasn't just him though. He had like 3-4 white friends with him, and they were all doing the same thing. And then they had all the girls at their table, and then these guys got pissed, and then they only killed him. They did not go after his friends, who were also part of the whole situation. They left his white friends alone and killed him. So, and the bouncer of the club was part of the whole, the hooligans that were part. And they let the bouncer go, and one of the Serbians fled. And the bouncer was Greek, so he was. I don't know what happened. I think some corruption happened. They let him go, but then they convicted a few of the Serbians that were involved. But yeah, the whole situation, irks because his friends were all part of it, and they didn't have a scratch on him, and he's dead.
Wow.
Yeah. So just keep in mind, it doesn't just apply to Austin, but just every melanated person, or non-European person going there, especially going to Eastern Europe. So Eastern Europe is completely different from Western Europe. So Eastern Europe is like that's where a lot of the neo-Nazis reside. So just be careful out there, man. There's going to be a pushback. The females, like I said, they dig us. They love us out there, man. I even seen receipts out of there. They love us. But the local dudes just be on some hating shit, bro.
I could imagine. But I will keep my eye open for that. Honestly, they don't have to worry about me dealing with their women too much. I think South America is my preference anyway. So if they came up to me on some shit like that, they could have that bitch. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't really. I'm definitely not about to fight behind no.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, if you were to do it, I would say just keep it discreet behind closed doors. Like, hey, you meet a chick out in the club and get her number. Bring it back her. Tell her, meet me back to the hotel. You can get contacts like that, but just don't be seen out there in public with them girls, because like I said, them dudes really defensive about it, man. Especially, man, when a cop sees, a cop sees you with their woman, he's gonna be like, man, some kind of pushback.
Yeah, I can. So MJ says it's the same thing in country white areas, like in the United States, like South Midwest, which that's what it sounds like.
I mean, in the United States, here's the thing, man. You only gonna get a look, but you ain't gonna get somebody jumping you just because you dating a white chick, because I've been on a date with white girls, and I got looks here and there, from the white males and the sisters, but it wasn't like, okay, somebody's gonna jump you. They're not. It's not like that, like compared to Eastern Europe, where it's they got that culture over there.
Now I don't know if you do. He's right though. If you do go to some very rural parts of America where it's all white, I don't think it's just gonna be like, oh, like if you're in Dallas and you with a white. Even when you're in Dallas with a white girl, you get some looks. You get some mean looks. So I can only imagine going to an all white, damn near sundown town with a white girl. That sounds like it'll be the same thing. The Idmore Traveler says, Austin, you should link up with 1MT. He lived in Europe for years. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to him. I've been wanting him to call in and talk about this on the stream because he didn't have any issues from what I heard. But again, white girls really aren't my preference like that. So I'm not really worried about any issues. It's not, we're not going to fight over them. So,
yeah, I'm just excited to see the content out there, man, because I don't really see that many like melanated people, traveling Eastern Europe, showing the different.
I mean,
cultures.
there's a reason why.
Yeah, I could. That the more you were speaking, I was just like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Maybe why we're not out there like that, but you know, I don't know.
Wasn't who was it? O'Shea? Wasn't O'Shea Duke Jackson out there?
He was in
I don't know if it
Poland.
was Romania or it was something or Serbia.
He was in Poland.
Poland. Okay, yeah, that's where it was there.
I will tell you that them Africans, man, them African dudes be out there, man, because they be crossing the Mediterranean water from North Africa to Europe, you know, illegal immigration. So they be out all throughout Africa or Europe, and sometimes they be wifing up, impregnating those European broads. So they be out there too. So just so you know, when you go to those countries, you're not gonna be the only brother out there. You're gonna see some African dudes out there too. Because like Europe is like, you're gonna like, if you see a black person, like 90%, 95% of the time is gonna be an African descent person. Especially in France, cities like France, man, they got a bunch of Africans over there because France colonized West Africa. So you got the countries that got colonized by West Africa, like Mali, you know, Senegal, all the folks over there. So you blend in over there, but they all throughout Netherlands, man, Europe. But I'm gonna just say, yeah, Eastern Europe, you got to be careful, man.
Yeah, the number of black people in Eastern Europe. You said you were going to meet up with somebody. I said, yeah, I wouldn't do it alone. I think one MT was with the military, so he was stationed over there. So it's a little different when you're with your military, you know, your brothers in arms. They're going to watch your back. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody, he's in a bar in Greece, them military guys are going to handle business. They're not going to just abandon their fellow brother to some hooligans or whatever. But that guy was, you know, you got to watch your back over there. But yeah, I would say like the African communities in Europe are real cool. If you like Africa, you might like the African immigrant communities in Italy and France.
That's true.
They're
That's
real cool. I was over there with my missus in Paris. We was in a club dancing with a bunch of guys. You know, it was like we was having the best time of our lives. It's fun with those guys. So yeah, I honestly, I think those are the best places in Europe to hang out with our peoples as well. And then also Fashion Week is always cool too. Like I always like to hit those up. If you like beautiful women, you hit those up too. But other than that, it's just whatever.
So
Yeah,
you,
I was just about to say, just make friends with them African dudes who are out there in Europe, because them dudes, they live longer than you, so because they can show you all the hot spots, you know, all the nightclubs.
Yeah.
So definitely make friends with them because they know the ins and outs out there, man.
Yeah, even Berlin. If you go to Berlin, nice black community there too. Like I was there recently, and they have they know all the nice spots, and like they could advise you on what to do. Because I didn't understand a lick of German when I was there, but like they would direct you and tell you, okay, this means this or whatever. Take this train, you know. So yeah, if you make friends with those black communities, it's pretty easy to get around.
Okay. So, Dr. David, where have you been to in Eastern Europe?
I was Italy, France. Honestly, I just passed through Eastern Europe. I don't really. Turkey's cool, but I don't know if you call that your Eastern Europe. I know Georgia is neat. I know people who I hang out in Dubai with a lot of African dudes who've been up to Georgia. They say that's lit. So for me, I haven't really done it personally, but I got a lot of people who I hang out with in Dubai that have been out there. So, you know, it is what it is. But for me, I prefer to hang around the African communities in Europe in general. I wouldn't spend any time in any of these places personally.
Turkey would be it wouldn't be considered a European country. It would be considered a Middle Eastern country because it literally, it's not Europe, you know, like Europe. But I've been hearing some good things. I've been hearing some good
borders. It's in the border.
That's if anything, is more of a South Europe because it's right there below Greece.
Yeah.
You know, like near
Albania. It's in the borders. It's in the borders. You know the World Cup that is coming, that is in Morocco and it's Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. So Turkey, maybe they wanted to be among them, but the way you're asking that question is like Turkey is among it's in the borders. That's what I'm saying. It's in the borders. You can't say it's in this place, it's that place or that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But I would say, man, like for dating wise, man, I'll probably say a bang for buck. I would say South America, man. Nobody, no other place I've seen. Maybe Asia. If you're talking about bang for buck, where you get your dollars worth, South America would be the spot. You know, like countries like Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Chile. You know, and all them places have black folks. Like Peru. Peru has. I was even surprised. Peru has Afro-Peruvians. You know, so like you can actually, if you go there, you can. You know, like one time I was in Peru. I was walking and I'm like, this dude, Afro-Peruvian dude, he gave me that nod. You know, because you know when you meet another brother, he gives you that nod. It means okay, yeah, what's up, brother? You know, so I gave him back. You know, so they from definitely out there, man. Chile too.
What makes dating in Peru so great that you feel is better than Kenya?
It's not just Peru. I would say South America. That is cheap. So first of all, the flights are going to be cheaper than anywhere else you go in the world. Like you're talking about flights to, if you're flying out of Dallas or Atlanta from Peru to Peru or Chile, that's like $500 you paying just on flights. Then the Airbnb, if you look at the Airbnb, that shit is going to be cheap over there, significantly cheap. Cost of living is going to be cheap. You'd be like, dang. So and they have the same African looking chicks, like thick women and all that. They have it out there, like you know. So like literally, when I was in Peru, like I thought this chick, she literally looked like Megan Thee Stallion, but she was Afro-Peruvian. You know, so you can find them out there. You know, so
Okay, so yeah, but most people already know that South America is great. Now, the Itmore Traveler, he gave some pushback. He said South America is not better than Africa, excluding Brazil. Now, I will say Brazil does compete with them for the big time.
Now I don't use like I don't like to use better, the word better, because that can be used in many different ways. But I like to use cost of living. I mean, if we're ranking just based on cost of living, then South America is going to be just significantly lower. You know, because you know how it is. If you're trying to go from one place to another place in Africa, it's going to cost you a lot. Where in South America, you can be in Colombia, go to Peru for like only $200. You know, and so that's where it gets you. And the thing is, with South America, it's diverse. So it's like, so if you like certain type, you're going to find it out there. You know, they have literally everything out there. So that's one good benefit about it. But if you strictly, I mean, Africa is like, it's cool for them brothers that live in Europe, like UK, because it's like the trips is gonna be shorter for them, you know.
Yeah.
But for guys like who constantly, they don't have the time off. Like if they're trying to go to places like Africa, like South Africa, I mean you talking about 24-hour flight, you know. So it's like it's a lot.
Buck, I have a question for you. So when you're saying, like, for example, you prefer South America to Africa, right? As far as dating, is promiscuity playing a role in your preference there, or is it like, because I think South America has more promiscuous women than Africa in general.
Yeah, I wanna know. I
That's
wanna
my
know
opinion.
about that.
I mean,
I wanna know about that.
I'll probably say it's the same, like, but I'm talking about cost of living wise. Then,
Well,
like,
well, because
that's what I'm
you're
rating
talking
up,
about
like cost
cost of living wise, right? So you're
just
talking
cost of-
about, okay.
like
I
bang
think
for
it.
buck.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Oh yeah. So you were talking about, like, for example, it would be cheaper for them to fly, let's say, to South America than to come all the way to Africa, and because you're gonna have a cheaper I guess you're going to spend. It's going to be cheaper for you to do that. But in my opinion, the
What I'm
ticket,
saying
the
is like,
ticket to
if you have like all the free time in the world
Mhm.
and you do have the money, then Africa's okay. Then now Africa's is good. You know, it can be like it can you know like be better. But the thing is, most people they're not gonna have the free time off. That's like Africa, you need way longer time than just 2 weeks, 3 weeks just to get your dollar's worth. You need to be out there for longer. Where in South
Yeah, I see
America,
that.
you can leave like 6 a.m. in the morning and be there like 1 p.m. in Colombia. So
Yeah.
it's like it's quick. Where in Africa, man,
Yeah.
you I mean, you leave here Thursday, you get there Sunday. So it's like with
Yeah.
all the layovers and all that. So so you definitely need more time.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. If you want that genuine love where the women they speak the language, where Africa is going to be that place, because a lot of African countries they speak English, so there's not going to be a language barrier. Where in South America, like Peru, all the places, a lot of folks don't speak Spanish about English. I mean, so you definitely going to have some language barrier unless you speak Spanish yourself. Where Africa is like is just plug and play. That's it. It's like because you got to think about Africa got colonized by the British and the French, so they speak French and English. So you're not gonna have that language barrier when you go over there. Compared to South America where they only speak Spanish and Portuguese. And I know Austin, you said it. Like if you go to Brazil and you don't speak no Portuguese, then you're gonna drop because and you only messing with certain type of women. And that's like P for P, pay for pay. Even though I don't judge guys who do that, but that's what you're gonna get if you don't speak the language. Because some of these regular girls, they're gonna get tired of the Google Translate app. You're going back and forth. They're gonna get burned out. They're like, so.
Okay.
So aside from the flight situation, I would say Africa for a black person is better because of the racism that you encounter in Latin America, which people don't want to talk about. There's a racial hierarchy in Latin America, and they got black people at the bottom, and you as a foreigner are actually coming in at the top because you're a foreigner. So it's hard for you.
You're a foreigner from Africa too.
Yeah, you're from Africa. Yes, but
you're
the thing is,
from Africa too.
Yes, but as a
but
black
it's different
person in Latin America,
it is different. But
you encounter racism in ways that you would not encounter it in Africa.
Yeah, it is different.
As a black person, Africa is far better of an environment for you, and it's worth, especially the places where you can get to. Like Nigeria takes 13 hours from Atlanta. You do the night trip. You're there in the morning. You just all you gotta do is because you're in a different time zone, so you got to check your sleep patterns to make sure that you can be up the next day. But other than that, I would say for a black person, Africa's worse. But yeah, if you just want to do quick trips in it back and forth, then obviously Latin America is going to be. I would recommend Guyana because that's a black country largely. I would recommend some other places that you guys haven't hit up yet. There's French Guyana, and there's some other places that I think would be good areas for black people in Latin America.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing, man. You'll find black folks all over Latin America. Chile, whatever, Peru. You'll find them. It's just that it's more. I would say it's more diverse.
Buck Trevor, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's James. What were you about to say?
Also, there's two factors too. A lot of people coming from the United States, how Americanized are you? Can you vibe more in certain countries than you do in other countries? Like some people say they vibe better in South America, in Brazil, than they did when they was in Ghana, and they spent like 2 years there and 2 years there. There's a lot of YouTubers that said that. It all depends on who you are. I'm a light-skinned black dude, and when I went to Ghana with my boy when I was in the Navy, and they looked at me and they treated me like I was a white dude. And he told me that. He told me that before we got there. He said that you and me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. He said, don't worry about it. Because he was well respected in his neighborhood. So when he told me that, I know what that means. If you go to somebody else's hood and they give you that positive, so don't worry about it. I got you. You with me, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And you go to the cookout and then you quickly realize that I'm with him. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I went to many hoods that I wouldn't go to by myself, and it was like that. But at the same time, we don't want to say it, but we know it's true that a lot of us that went to Africa, sorry about that went to Africa, and they went to South America and Brazil, and they said that the women look better over there. We don't want to say that. There's still black women, but a lot of them are going over there because they said the women are better. Even though the language barrier is there, the women are so much better looking that they're willing to roll with it. I think it's a little on the BS side because I've been to Africa, parts of Africa, and I've been to Brazil. And you could tell that, where did you go in Africa though? Hold up, wait a minute. Did you really go to Ghana? Did you really go to Kenya? Did you really go to Zimbabwe? Because there's women over there that kick your ass.
Hey, bro, I could probably tell you, there's Ugandan women that could kick the ass of any Brazilian.
I know. But that's why we got to preach a little. We got to preach a little deeper. Like if you can ask Austin some straight up questions. Austin, are the women better looking over here in Ghana than they are in Salvador? Literally straight up. And you got to definitely listen to them, because if you ain't been there, keep your mouth shut and listen to them. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like telling people stuff that they don't.
See what I'm saying? When you say, this is where we kind of, when you get into that argument of saying, you know, better looking, you know, that can be what each dude is into. You know, some guys they like the bodies. Some guys like them natural bodies, and in Africa, you're gonna find them natural thick women and bodies. Like I'm talking about women with crazy bodies out there.
Got it from?
Yeah, they got it from there. Those thick Colombians you see, those thick Afro-Colombians you see, they got it from Africa. So that's the source. That's where the source is at. Some guys are into that. Some guys are into that. So it's like, where in South America, some of them chicks have BBLs. You know, so in Medellin, for example, I would see a lot of BBLs. Even though the Medellin girls, they cute in the face, those Paisa women, but they don't have that natural body like the girls in Kenya and girls in South Africa have. You know, so it's like it really depends on what each guy's into. So certain guys like me, I'm into bodies. So if a chick is thick and all that, she got a nice slim waist, a thick booty, then that's my preference. And you're gonna get that a lot in Africa, and obviously they're gonna get that a lot in South America. But it's usually the Afro Latina folks that chicks that got it.
Let me say one more thing. You also got to realize who you're talking to.
That diversity enriches the dating experience.
Are you talking to a paper player? Or you talking to a man that's looking for a wife and stay in that country? Because that is a
I'm saying like diversity enriches the dating experience. So if you are looking for like a trophy woman, you have to look for it. But yeah, you get me. So at the end of it all, diversity enriches the dating experience. So like for Austin, I can say like he's searching. I'm sure if you've been looking the channel for Austin, he's 24 years old and he's looking for things. He's just looking for something. I can say like he's still searching. What you are saying, James, is something like maybe somebody else will come to experience sometime later. But I can understand what you are saying. For instance, we know the prefrontal cortex. If you can Google it, the prefrontal cortex matures at the age of 25. Is the part of the brain that is up here that tells you what are you doing in your life, what are you doing. You get me? So it depends on the location that you come from. But at the end of it all, just what I've been saying, diversity enriches your dating experience. So what you are saying is true. But it depends on who is listening to you. What age is this person? What age is this person listening to you? Because there are so many truths. I was listening, like, yeah, this guy is speaking something that makes sense. But there is a 20-somebody-year-old is listening to this based on a certain location. Because different locations, people mature different ages, and whatever you are saying maybe may be mature for somebody else that somebody else could have been matured in a you know what I'm saying?
I have no interest in having a conversation with an immature brother from the States.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Cause
You gotta
all I know in
differentiate from
the
us. You ever
States,
hear the term Pookie and Ray Ray?
yeah.
What is
No,
very,
no.
very critical that you know what that means. That is a different. We don't like to call them dudes passport bros. They ruin it for us. If they come to Africa, trust me, you're gonna know who they are because you're gonna want to knock them the fuck out.
See, with the passport Pookies, the thing is like we gotta distance ourselves from those dudes because they'd really be giving us bad names out there. Because like
but there's no way to differentiate. There's no way to differentiate because they can try to.
They
look
can't
like
go to Africa. Those guys are in
They
Dominican.
act differently, but they look the same. So they just
yeah.
You know
the thing is like we just gotta educate folks. That's the thing. Is like education is like it cures a lot of things. We just gotta educate these dudes, okay, how to move around and all that. We can't. At the end of the day, we can't distance them ourselves from there because we look like them, right? We look like them. So the only thing we can do is like just educate them. You know, like Austin has this huge platform where he can say, okay, how to move around. Do not come to this place looking like a fucking deadbeat, looking like you about to fucking rob a gas station or disrespecting the culture. You know, so it's up to guys like Austin telling guys, okay, when you come to this area, make sure to respect the culture. You know, make sure to avoid any fights. Because you know, Pookies, when they go overseas, they still gonna apply that same drama.
Yeah,
like because sometimes I seen videos, I seen like posters, videos where Pookie's actually telling the locals dudes, "Yo, what the fuck you looking at?" And sometimes in those cultures, people just look at you.
That's a young Pookie. That's a young.
Yeah, so in those cultures, people look. So the thing is like we can't take offense to that, but a Pookie is gonna take offense to that, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck you looking at? Yo, you better turn around before I hit you, but knock you out." The Pookie is coming with that kind of drama, but he's not assessing, you know, what's going on. He's not doing his due diligence by researching, you know, the area he's going to, and that's why guys like Austin should like educate, you know, his subscribers, you know, how to move around. Do not do this. Educate yourself. You know, make sure you're on your best behavior overseas. But think about it. What you got to be on your best behavior overseas, or else I know you guys all know this, or else it's just that they're just gonna enforce that harsh punishment on you, man.
Right.
Well,
make it work for the next
these
person.
can't even go. They can't even afford to go to Africa like that. So you know, if that's why I say it's better to go to Africa, because if you go into DR and all these places where in Colombia where these Pookies go, then you're going to run into the same thing of being mixed with them. But if you're coming all the way to Africa, there's rare chance that you're going to, you know, be confused because they're not coming there like that.
That's the same in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
I go to places like Serbia, bro.
Yo, you better be careful in Serbia, bro. You might not be dealing with Pookies, but you dealing with their own Pookies out there. They got.
Bro, I'm retired Navy, 47 years old, retired Navy. I've been there, done that. I ain't no fool. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's good. If he's military,
I move very different.
You got your brothers out there too. It's not just you. So the U.S. servicemen have it easier out in those parts. But the average black man, I wouldn't recommend going through Eastern Europe like that, especially solo.
Yeah, there's also Pookies and Ray Rays that grew up and don't want to do it no more. I know them dudes. Okay, and I move with them. They're humble. They're humble. And they're tough too. You don't mess with them, but they're humble. They don't wild out. They like, because they'll tell you like they're the ones that'll tell you. I know them dudes right there. Watch him. Check him out. Don't go over there. Don't do that, man. Don't worry about that. Those dudes right there that done been there, they done been to the streets and they made it out alive. They clean up. They go get a construction job. They pack their money up. They go to school. They get educated, and you could see them as like, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm good, man. We go have a drink somewhere. But you also can see it in there that if you cut them wrong, I also know how to get. I know how to go back a couple days. You know what I'm saying? Where I used to, if you try to cut me wrong. A lot
of you guys sound like sex tourists. I swear to God.
You say I'll sound like one?
Yeah.
How's that?
You're 45 years old and you're still
47
for sex.
I'm saying what?
you're 45 or whatever age you are.
Seven,
You're still
47,
I mean, you're close to 50. How
right?
sad is that? How sad is that? Think about it. You're 50 and you're still traveling
Let
for
me
sex.
let me handle this.
Do you
Go
have
ahead.
a
Go ahead.
Get him. Get him.
Hold on. Let me just get in. Yo, can you cam up? If you're gonna bring heat, can you cam up to the person you talking shit to? Just cam up. Mention that.
No,
Mention that. Just cam up.
I don't have
Just
to cam up. We're
just
just
okay.
You don't gotta cam up.
Don't talk shit then. Don't
Let
talk
me
shit
handle
then.
this. This gonna be
No,
fun.
the hell. Hold on. Yo, don't
It's-
talk shit then.
listen,
Hey, yo,
listen,
Austin, kick this dude off the panel,
why
bro.
don't
No,
Yo, hold on. Yo,
Everybody
hold on.
stand up and let
Hey,
ISO
James, hold on.
ISO on James, man.
I love it.
Let's see James.
You don't know me.
Yo, okay, fine. Why don't you cam up then?
What do you mean, cam up?
Because I'm not talking shit. That's the thing. I'm not talking shit. But you talking
why
shit
do
to
you
another
feel
grown man.
Let me handle this dude.
Look, yo. You talking shit to another grown man. Just
You
talking shit to somebody from the military,
fuck
man.
you,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Fuck you. Get the fuck off the panel, bro.
Hold on,
That's
Damn,
crazy.
cook 'em.
hold on, James.
Y'all don't know me, man, but I live for this. You can't cook me on nothing.
I'm not cooking you, bro. I'm just being honest.
No,
You're
but I want you to
47.
I want you to go ahead and preach. And I want you to
I'm
speak.
not-
I want you to keep going,
I'm not
and then I'm
preaching.
gonna get you.
But for the record, Mark, I'm married. Some of us are here are not even. We're just talking to guys who are traveling and like to travel and helping them navigate who may be looking for wives too. So I'm already married.
Come
so I
on,
don't-
man. Let's stop it. We're not looking for wives in Africa. Come on, guys.
Okay,
Yo, Mal,
wait.
what you got going on
Now
for
let me
you?
cook them.
What you got going on for you?
Me, right?
See, I at least, if you guys keep it 100 and say, you know what, we're just going there to have fun.
Okay, you
Like, come on,
finished?
man,
What
let's
you
not-
got
let's
going
not-
on
let's
for
not
you,
lie.
first of
Nobody's
all?
going there to have a
Hold on,
wife.
one person. Go ahead.
Are you finished? I
No,
can't
I'm
see
not
you 'cause-
finished. You haven't answered my question. You're 47
What question?
You're 47 years old. Don't you feel ashamed, bro? Like, you're doing
About
stuff that
what?
about traveling for sex.
Who says I'm traveling for sex? You did, right?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because you're traveling for sex, aren't you?
Why are you saying I'm traveling for sex?
Okay, so tell us why you're traveling for then.
What business is it of yours?
Oh,
You
okay.
said I'm.
All of a sudden,
Whoa.
okay.
Stop.
Okay, all of a sudden.
You said I'm traveling for sex. Why did you say that?
I'm asking you. I'm
No,
gonna ask
no,
you
no,
one
no.
more time because
No,
I really
no,
want to
stop.
ask Austin questions. I'm not
Dude,
even
you're
here for
talking
your
into a well-educated, smart, well-adjusted man. You can't just say that. You have to qualify it.
That's cool. Do you have a family? Do you have kids? Do you have a wife?
Stop. That's not. We're not. That's not what we're talking about.
No,
You
but
have to.
I'm asking you the question.
Dude, you're talking over me now.
Do
you talking over me now?
No, but do you have a wife?
That's not the question that we're going for.
Do you have a girlfriend?
You done already said I'm traveling for sex. I said why. You can't say nothing like that about a grown man and not qualify.
Let me answer. If you don't have a wife or you don't have a girlfriend, you're traveling for sex.
No. You didn't ask me that before you said I'm traveling for sex. Why did you say that?
Because you look like you're the type to travel for sex.
I said I look like I'm traveling for sex?
Yes, because if you're
Why?
47, okay.
No.
You're 47 years old.
Hold up.
Think about it. Hold on. I don't know why you're getting mad, bro. Calm down.
I'm not.
Yeah, you
Dude,
are.
I'm in
I can just
good
see
mood.
you getting mad.
Hold up. I got you. You said I look like I'm traveling for sex now. Now I look like it. Why do I look like it?
Okay, see, now you're being defensive. Or now
I'm not being defensive. You said it.
Angry. Now you're angry.
I'm just trying to understand what you're
Because
saying.
I asked you a simple question.
What
Are
is-
you
what-
married? Do you
But
have
you made the
girlfriend?
accusations first.
We're still
You didn't have to- you came
on
in and
you
make the
saying I'm
accusation.
traveling for sex, and now you said I look like it.
Okay, the
Why
fact
did
that
you
you're
say that?
offended by it, it
No.
tells me that you do travel for sex.
Why did you say that?
Yo, let me hold on. Let me address him quick. So look, if like I'm not saying he does, but if a dude travels for sex, what's wrong with that? What's the difference between a guy going from Los Angeles to Miami to bang them girls, where compared to a guy going overseas to hook up with women? What's the difference? As long as dudes are doing it
because you know
legally,
why? Because
as long as legally,
You just let him off the hook by saying that. You let him off the hook. He still needs to.
So you're telling me traveling to a different country, to a poor country, is the same as traveling to Los Angeles?
First of all, these are not poor countries. They just have poor sections. Still, we're saying you said I look like I'm traveling for sex. I still want to know why you said that.
See, now you're making yourself look dumb because you're offended by that.
I'm not offended. You're the one who said it. You're the one who pissed off.
Okay,
why did you say it?
Does that piss you off?
Let's say it did. Still, why did you say it?
Because I said it. Because I can say
Why?
it. You because you're 47. If you're 47,
Because I'm 47. You didn't know how, dude. Most people say I look 25. Most people.
Bro, you do not look 25. My God.
It doesn't matter. Why? I look older. Now so basically you're saying that my looks has affected your interpretation of me.
Yeah.
Then you're gay.
Okay. But at the end of the day, if you really look at it, man, like if you're like 25 and you're traveling, like Austin, I give him.
Oh, now 25 is the problem.
Austin is 24. He's still.
Leave Austin alone. Austin's having a good old time. Austin, take a drink for me. I'm back on him.
I mean, we don't know if Austin is having a good because Austin seems to be struggling too out here.
Sir. Thank you for that drink.
If we keep it a buck, Austin is struggling too. We're not seeing
We're not on Austin. We're on me. I want it. The smoke is over here.
Yeah, but your
bring
time
it
is up,
all
bro.
this way.
Listen, I said I want to argue with somebody around.
We're not arguing. I'm having, dude. I'm having fun with you. You are a boy and you're gay. Defend yourself.
You're 47, no wife, no kids, and you're traveling for sex.
Who says I'm traveling for sex? Qualify.
I said everybody else knows you're traveling for sex.
All right, let's say this. Prove it. Prove I'm traveling for sex.
Where's your wife and where's your girl?
Prove I'm traveling for sex.
You're not answering. You're not answering the question. Do you have?
I'm not married and I have no kids.
Okay, you're traveling for sex then.
Prove it.
That's the answer right there. You just told me.
So you're saying, hold up, wait a minute. So you're saying the fact that I have no wife and no kids that I'm traveling for sex.
Yes.
Do you realize how many men in the United States you're saying that about? How many men in the world that you're saying that about?
Any man over 45 that travels around the world that does not have a girlfriend or wife is traveling. Think about it. If you're traveling for sex, it's not a bad thing. Hear me out.
Sir,
you just getting laid because
I think we should move on. This guy's a clown.
You're right. I was having a good old time, but
you realize
Austin, take this dude off the panel, bro. We was dropping knowledge. We was dropping. Wait. Yo, Austin. We was dropping knowledge, and this dude came in the panel and trying to ruin the whole momentum. We was dropping facts. We was dropping info. You know how to move around overseas. Which country is better for bang for buck? And this dude just came in the panel with the smoke, bro. So sometimes, Austin, what you gotta do is like,
Yo, my TikTok name is The Smoke, by the way.
Yeah,
literally.
Statistically speaking, half the 47-year-olds in the United States are not married. Some of them are divorced. Some of them have never been married. It's irrelevant. He's literally saying this about half the men of his age in America.
Probably more.
But probably more. Do you know how many men?
And they're well off too.
With the facts. So yeah,
do you know how many 47-year-old men wish
guys here
they had no kids?
Myself, I'm married. I got kids. So there's plenty of people who are contributing that are not in that situation. So for him, he didn't just say you. He literally said you guys too, as if he knows us. Which was just ridiculous.
I know, but I wanted it though. I made it about me.
Yo, this
lost his girl, man. Like,
yo, you could tell that dude is a simp. That's the simp in the States.
Oh yeah, straight up.
You could tell that. You could tell that dude simps for the girls in the States, man. He be taking out those girls in the $400 dinner date. You know, he be simping for them. You know, it's the same dude. You know, it's the same dude that be crying over these chicks over in the States, man.
We should have just ignored him, man.
The man's jerking up. That's why he didn't come up.
I was having fun. You can't come at me like that.
He's choking his chicken, bro.
Yeah, you can't come at me like that without me tearing your ass.
Let me read
I'll tear you up. You can't come at me like that.
I
get mine in the States too, bro. I live in Las Vegas, man. It's so easy. It's just that I do want to settle down and but I don't want to marry nothing in the United States. I was talking to my aunt about this. I don't want to marry nobody in the United States. The laws, the quality of women, the two-facedness, like in the front, she's like the best woman in the world, but behind, You know what I'm saying? She's probably, got an army of women just waiting for her to get you right so they could just take you. You know what I'm saying? They talk amongst each other how to get us. It's crazy.
Hey,
at this age with my health, my dignity, my pride, no kids, and my money is very right. I could travel overseas and everything and still, bring in my money and just enjoy my life. And my aunt was like, good. My aunt is church grown. I mean, she's not the type of person you would think would say that. She says good. And then my little younger cousin, he was like, bring him with you.
Hey, James.
Hold
on 1 second. Hold on. Ethan says, I live in Colombia now. Could I share my experience here? Yes, you could. Call into the show. It's pinned at the top. African women want a husband, not a boyfriend. I would agree. Depends on where you go, though. It's not just any brother coming to Africa. Pookies are not coming to Africa. I could agree with that. There's not very many of my friends who out here. Bring me on the panel now.
Too far for them.
Colombia has been there for 9 months.
I think his name is Ethan something.
Ethan's Journey. Jimmy Chu, thank you for the super chat. He says this man is mad. Yeah, it was entertainment. It was just entertainment for the moment. He was entertaining.
I hope I entertained.
I mean, let's go back to our regular conversation, man. Like, yeah, I would say South America, when you're talking about bang for buck, it offers you the bang for buck situation. But if you're thinking about a long-term plan, then Africa is like, if you got the time and the resources, Africa is where it's at. It really depends on the country, but you can find a wifeable chick, and you're not gonna find any language barrier because most of them, like I said, speak either French or English. So it's like, so you're gonna find there's not gonna be a language.
You want to know
South America where you go to Brazil, and if you go to Brazil, Bahia, Brazil, literally nobody speaks English, and you're gonna have to rely on the Google Translate. Where in Africa, you go over there and they already speak English out there.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I know I'm a little. Oh, go ahead.
No, the quality of women, Austin. What would you? I check everyone who's been to recently been there. It's been a while since I've been to Africa. As far as the quality of women, what would you say? What would y'all say would be the best part? Lately, have you been? If you've been in the last 2 years, it probably has the best looking women. That's what people want to hear anyway. I don't like asking that question, but that's what people want to know.
They're all over, man.
I know.
Every major city in Africa, you will see different types of women. I just posted some in this private chat here. You'll see baddies. There's Lagos Fashion Week is coming up in October. I was telling Austin if he wants to go, you'll see girls from all over the continent come to that, and it's just you'll be blinded. So yeah, and if you want like high numbers of women to men ratios, Eritrea is like 6-1, I think.
Oh yeah,
women.
I agree.
So that's a good place to go. If you like beaches, they got beaches and they got a high ratio. So that I think.
What's the best beach?
I can't even remember the name now. But yeah, check it out. Asmara is the city, and they got some nice hotels in the city center. So yeah, that's a good place to go if you want to, have a good. But all the major cities that like Nairobi, Lagos, even Dakar, if you speak French, these are all good spots. And Addis Ababa, these are good spots to just park up for a few weeks and just date, And if you're Christian, you want like a conservative woman, go to the missions, go to the place that you got to know the script. But you'll find some real conservative women that are in those communities. But if you're not in the church, then she's probably not going to pay you any mind.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. So I'm actually living in Colombia right now. Sorry to interrupt you guys. I've been here for like 9 months, and the country is amazing. It's crazy, beautiful.
What part are you in, Medellin or Cartagena?
How's the language barrier for you?
I'll answer that question, but let me answer the first question. I was in Medellin for CS meses, 6 months in Spanish, and then I'm now in Cali. Been here for 3 meses, about 3 months right now. And the language barrier is going to be a factor. I've been on a lot of dates. Beautiful females, man. I'll share some pictures of them later. If I can present my screen, I'll share some pictures. But the language barrier is a big deal out here. You will, of course, get dates and get chicks that are interested. But of course, knowing the language is going to make things a lot easier. You'll be able to get more attractive females more consistently. So the language barrier is important to learn Spanish. or whatever language whatever country you're going to, learn the language is very important. So
Spain is going to be very hard for people as far as like Europe. Spain, if you know the language, you can do very well in Spain. A lot of people don't know that, but if you can't speak the language, they have zero interest.
Yeah.
They'll walk away from you. They really will.
Yeah.
It makes them uncomfortable. They just don't want to bother. Pull out that translator, they'll gently toss your hand down and be like, no. Nah, you don't understand.
Yeah. See, guys got to think about it. Women are social. They're more social than us. So if you can't communicate to them in their language, what makes you think she's going to have patience for you? So see, that's why it's like knowing the language is key. Or at least if you go to a place where they speak English, or like where you don't have to put in no effort in communicating, or at least if you're not going to those kind of places, then you got to know the language. I mean, it's key. Like for example, like in many parts of South America, the chicks, even the baddest of the baddest, she will not talk to you if you don't speak Spanish.
No, I actually disagree with that. I disagree with that statement. Austin, can I share my screen for a bit?
Wait. You say you disagree? Okay. Okay. I'm talking about the top baddest of the baddest in Colombia. Why would? Okay, tell me this. Why would she go for this gringo dude over her own local dude who can make her laugh, who can spit game on her in her own language, who can communicate with her in her own language? So why would she select you over that dude?
Because it's very simple. There's not many of those dudes. It's just that simple.
What do you mean? There's millions of those dudes. What are you talking about?
So you're saying that there's equal amount of beautiful women versus rich successful men in Colombia? Okay,
so now you're bringing money into it. So now, okay, now you're saying, okay, she's into you because of your money. Okay, that I can understand. But if you're talking about if everything's even, like you're talking about money for money, she's gonna pick her own local man over you.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right about that. It's
but if you coming in making $100K, and so let's say her ex-boyfriend, like he was only making $300 a month, obviously she's gonna pick you over him, because you got to think about it. She's gonna be like, fuck communication. I like my lifestyle to be different. I like that richer lifestyle. I like that, So if you bring something better to the table, she will take that offer, no hesitation. But that's why I said to guys, like, know the language, know the language.
Yeah,
Let me say something real fast.
Desire. If you're just focusing on the money, there's not going to be any genuine desire there. That's eventually going to be fleeting.
If you go to a country that is not a lot of us, they don't speak a lot of English. You got your shit together, you clean, you're smooth, and you know that language, you're going to clean up. Yeah, you're going to clean up so good, you're going to jump on YouTube and you're going to swear up and down, you just died and went to heaven. Those are 100% facts. Here's why. Here's why brothers have such a hard time in the United States. No product in the history of mankind has been uplifted and well advertised as the white man's face. And no product in the history of mankind has been dumped on and shitted on and pushed to the side as the black man's face in the United States. That is our problem. And then we topple it on with Thug Style. This is why it's going. That's just a truth bomb for you. However, when you go to these other countries, there's none of that. I mean, they did it there, but it didn't have that effect. So when you got your shit together and you can speak the language, you got your money right, you smelling good, you know what I'm saying? You walking right, you got respect, you got class, you know how to treat a woman, and you can speak that language, and there's not a lot of them around. How could you go wrong? Those are the facts of the world that passport bros actually find themselves in when they go overseas. That's the world that you're going into. So when you get right, you're gonna be right. But if you start worrying about little things like money and if she like the girls look over here partying over here, how they gonna treat me and racism and things like that, you're gonna start going off track a little bit, and you're gonna start building yourself up for things that you don't really necessarily have to. and you're gonna find yourself in the wrong country for your character.
Yeah,
Because just because you're black, that doesn't mean you move the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. James, actually, to add to your point, I've had like, because I was born in Uganda, right? But, and I've lived in the West for a bit, but I had cousins who were born in the US that would come over here and they were just flashing all the time, right? Thinking that, hey, I'm just going to come here and do the same stuff, flash jewelry, whatever. That stuff doesn't really work well here, because what people do is that they just see you as a target now and say, hey, well, you know what, let's just drain the money that we can from this person, right? So you have to make sure that you're acting like, like a mature.
You froze up. You'd be all right. I'm taking an opportunity to say there's a name that they call black men who act like that in that country. It's like Boogle. What is it called? It's a name, right?
For us?
Yeah, y'all call black men who act like that in your country. There's a certain name that you call it.
Well, there's a bunch of names. There's a bunch of names.
Right?
Sorry?
It starts with a B. It might be from the Kenya. Kenyan brothers got that. It's like a boogie or boogle or something like that. I remember. But
in my tribal language, we call them bayai.
That's what we call something. Okay, yeah. So I knew it would start with a B.
Yeah,
it's funny.
But there's a lot of different names that we have, like to call hooligans and stuff. Like there's different words that we use, and it just varies from language to language, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, I would like to share my screen and give you guys some motivation to come to Colombia, because I've met some beautiful females and dated some.
We all know about Colombia.
Yeah, I've been to Colombia. Colombia's amazing.
Why ain't nobody talking about Belize though? That's the only country in the world that got a black man on the flat. Oh, I'm late to the party. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, we said Belize is a good spot to go to, but it's just the language. That's all. But they do have a lot of English there too. So, Belize is a good spot.
You said what?
Belize is a good spot. It definitely is.
But they have a lot of what?
Sometimes it's some people say there's a language barrier. I don't think so. I think there's a lot of English over there.
It's an English-speaking country. It's an English-speaking country. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but they speak Spanish.
A lot of retirees though there, and
Spanish here too.
Spanish is not the official language; it's English. But there's a lot of retirees there. It's a little. Right. It's definitely a slowdown if you're into that vibe. But yeah.
There's something too. When you go to Brazil, they'll see exotic looking chocolate women. You know what I'm saying? And they would think that exoticness that they're seeing, they think that they're mixed. And they don't realize that a lot of times those women who look like that are pure African. And they look like that in Africa. That's when you know they ain't never been there.
Yep.
The chat
they look like that in Africa.
The chat wants me to show my screen.
Y'all brothers who've been to Africa, man, y'all need to post more of that. They actually think they don't look like that in Africa.
We posting.
I've seen them.
I moved to Nigeria in December. I've been in Lagos since December from Florida.
Oh, I know you was partying last December.
I can't even post. It's too much. It's just too much.
Not for me.
It's too much. I'm 41 years old. Lived in the U.S. most of my life. Born in the U.S. I decided to move to Nigeria. I was in Austin's panel last year when he came back to the States and before I moved. So I moved to Nigeria in December and I was like, okay, I'm moving all my stuff. I'm gone. And it's been an experience that I can't even explain. I mean, I don't even go out. I don't go out on the weekends because I have 2, 3, 4 girls coming over. I don't know which one I'll pick. I don't know which one. I can't even get graphic. But if you're in the U.S. right now, you don't have your passport. You don't have a way to leave. You're not working on yourself. You have no say so in what's going on because you now see the receipts. You see guys that have moved Colombia, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria. So you can make all the excuses you want, but at this point, we have all the options. As men, nobody's holding us back. As men, if you want respect, you need to leave the United States. There is no respect. There's nothing for you in the US. Get your remote job, remote business, and move. Get out. Find
There's
a
a lot
country
of
you
ways to
love
make money
and move.
overseas. I'm sorry, man. I thought you. My bad. I was saying
Make
there's a lot of ways for you to make money.
dollars. Yeah, you have to make dollars. Make
There's a lot
dollars
of
because dollars is strong.
hell,
$1
Amazon.
right here. $1 is almost 1,000 Nigerian naira. And bro, I'm in the top
More than that.
1% here. Yeah, I'm in the top 1% here. And in
Yep.
the US, we all know how the US is. No matter how much money you have, you don't get respect. Jeff Bezos didn't get respect. Will Smith is not getting respect. Nobody, and I'm getting respect. I walk out of this house right now, I'm getting respect. Good morning, sir. Did you have breakfast? Good morning, sir. How are you?
Facts.
I get respect from everyone.
Yeah.
Something I
Absolutely.
never got in the US. In the US, I'll say hi to a woman and she'll look at me up and down like, who the heck are you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling guys, and I say that on my channel a lot, like, guys, I don't want to hear any excuses. Don't email me talking about, oh, I heard Nigeria is this, I heard Ghana is this. Yo, nowhere is as bad as the US right now. US, UK, Canada, you guys are screwed, man. You can't get married, you can't have children, you can't even have sex with a girl and go home. She could go to court, she could go to the police station and say, yo, he did this to me, and there's nothing you could do. You're done.
You can go back
So
2 years later.
exactly,
Yeah, at the same
2 years
time,
later,
too.
10 years later, 20 years
Yeah,
later,
as
with
black men,
no evidence,
yeah, as
nothing.
black men, they look down at us anyway.
I
They
gotta
see
screen
things
these
they have no
304s,
respect
man.
for.
And I
It's
preach
even
this
worse.
message on my channel to especially Black Americans, because a lot of Black Americans, we don't know our power. We don't know what we have. We don't know. Yo, you leave America, you're not black anymore. You're just an American. Who are you? Where are you
Mhm.
from? I'm
That's a
American.
fact.
That's it.
Those are
That's it.
facts.
That
Those are
You can
facts.
go.
that was the biggest shock to me the first time I left the country, and like I wasn't black anymore. I was just an American. I was like,
Where'd you
Just
go?
American.
my first country I went to was Costa Rica, but
Costa
I've
Rica.
been
Nah,
I've been
you,
to Tanzania. I've been to Ghana, and Colombia was my favorite so far.
your
So.
features. I mean, when you go to these countries, we think a lot of if we haven't left America, we think they see us the way we see each other. When
Nah.
we look at each other, it's like brother black. I mean, it's like cousin Ray, cousin John, or whatever. We seeing each other as each other. When we go overseas, we may resemble someone from freaking India. You know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
you look Igbo. You look like someone from the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. They're gonna start speaking their language to you. Now I
But
know. They're
yeah,
gonna look at you like, oh, you Igbo?
you could look, yeah, you could look like. I mean, they're
Bro.
looking at you just like you. Whatever you look like, that's just the way you look for who
That's
you
who you
are
are. They
in
see you as
America.
a man. They see you as a
It's
man.
just, that's
Yeah,
just the
They
way
see you
your
as a
face look.
man, and they respect
Okay.
you as such.
Yeah.
Period.
So I want to kind of
The first
interject
time I
real
went to
quick.
the Dominican Republic, I was at the border patrol. The lady was starting speaking Spanish to me. I was just like, no.
Oh, of course.
No habla español.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
no
you
habla
my
español.
complexion.
She looked at me.
So
She
So
had
look,
the
okay.
biggest disgusted look on her face. Like, you don't speak a Spanish?
No,
Your
Spanish.
mother and your father, like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I'm just a
Mhm.
regular black. I'm American black.
Yeah, you guys ever landed in like a French speaking country and all the black people just start talking to you in French?
You're like,
They do.
Like
yo.
people just assume you speak it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens a lot, man. A lot in
Guys,
Europe.
get your
They're
passport.
actually
You haven't got your passport. Get your damn passport. Stop taking these thoughts on dates. Stop texting these girls. You ain't getting nothing, bro.
Let me
Get
give
your
you guys.
passport. Get your
Yeah.
passport and get out. That's the
Let me
only
give
way.
you guys
I
some
wanted to ask you-
motivation.
Let me ask y'all a quick question real
One
quick.
second. So let me just show my screen for like 20 seconds and give you guys some motivation about the Colombian.
Give us some
females.
receipts. Let's see it.
Exactly. I'll give you some reasons.
I
I'll
don't
also
need
give you guys some
motivation
failures.
with pictures in Colombia.
I'll also give
No
you guys some
Colombia.
failures because some of these chicks didn't pan out. So there's not less if I won everything. I'll
Hey,
give you
did
some
y'all
failures.
ever see that rodeo video on YouTube about Colombian women on rodeo? Did you see that?
Yeah. It's a festival. It was a festival.
Did you see that? That
Yeah.
was
Since Austin's about to go to Europe,
Austin,
what's been y'all experience
Austin,
dating
when you come
white
to
women?
Nigeria, I got a cigar bar for you. When you come to Lagos, I got a cigar bar for you. You're gonna have a ball.
tell you right now. If I hit that lotto, I know y'all played that number, right? 1.4 billion.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there very soon.
Pull up.
Jimmy, what were you about to say?
I was asking you, since you about to go to Eastern Europe, right? What's been your experience so far with any white women you've dealt with, whether it's in the U.S., Africa, and South America, all that?
To be honest with you, I'm not really into white women like that. I'm just going there for the content. to be honest. Just because I know that's
Might change your mind, bro. Depending on
I
what
feel
you.
you on that. That's when we connect.
They got some good white women, but I need to go there to get that experience to actually judge if I like white girls for who they are.
Then go to Sweden.
So even in Texas, you never dealt with any?
I'm going there like maybe two, three, and one of them tried to Me Too me.
Whoa.
Yeah, I still got the emails, and I sent them to everybody I knew just in case if she ever come back when I hit 200,000 subscribers. You know,
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen when you go to Eastern Europe, because I went to Ukraine for a week. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have fun, but you're gonna come right back to Africa.
People want me to share my screen.
You don't know that.
Miss a lot. Oh,
You don't know that.
trust me.
You don't know that.
I've been to Ukraine.
Well, I know, but like I was saying before, it all depends, man. You never know. He might go down there and just be like, because it's not just blonde hair, blue eyed women in Eastern Europe. You can meet women from India, and I got to tell you right now, man, I've been into Indian women like lately. You know what I'm saying? There's some gorgeous women out in India.
Have you been outside the U.S., James?
Who? Have I been outside the U.S.? Yeah, I've been outside the U.S. quite a bit. Yeah.
When are you? Where are you looking to move? If you want to move outside the U.S.
Well, right now I'm back in the U.S. because I had to take care of some business to better butter up. A business opportunity came up, and I was actually in Thailand, and I came back. I've been back. I think been back for about a year, and I'm going back in December. So I'll probably be in the Philippines for a little while, and then I'll go to Colombia, and then I'm going to Germany, and I'm going to be doing a lot of touring too. So my travel is different because I'm retired in Navy, and I've been all over the world. And I've been to Japan, I've been everywhere, you know, so I have a taste of a different kind of things. I don't really have a certain kind of women that I like. You know what I'm saying? So, I know that
you're going to be going to a lot of countries then.
A lot of countries, of course.
Boom, boom,
right.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, everywhere. I like Eastern Europe. And one of the things is how I'm treated. How I'm treated. How you treat me is very important to me. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm a very, I'm an upstanding man. And in the United States, let's just be honest, I'm not, but I'm considered a weak punk in the U.S.
That's only in the U.S. As soon as you leave?
But no, not only the U.S., brother. Not only the U.S. It's you also get that in France, even though the women love us in France. Love us in France. Just so you know.
France is a Western country, though.
It is. It is a Western country. So you're going to have a lot of Western problems in France. But the women do love us out there. And aside from that, yes, beautiful. Hey, bro, he's putting on photos in Colombia, man. Come on,
So this chick did not pan out. I met her at the gym though, but I'm gonna reach out to her later. But it didn't pan out that
Did you clap?
Not surprised.
No, not it did not clap.
Yep.
Instagram her. My Spanish is not that good, so it didn't really go too well.
And just so we're clear, there are women who look like this in Africa.
This is
No. I was about to say.
natural.
I've had.
It's not natural. This is before.
No. I mean the ones in Africa are natural.
In Lagos. Come to Lagos. Yep. Come to Lagos.
You said ones in Africa are not natural.
Yes, the ones in Africa are natural.
They're natural. I took her on a date, and it went okay. My Spanish killed me. That's pretty much it. Killed me.
Yeah, it killed you.
Yeah. So she's really super thick. This is another one
really good Colombian women that you can marry. And Andre talks about this all the time. I think every video he mentions it. The good ones that you can marry in Colombia will not be comfortable with you not being able to speak Spanish.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Facts.
It will make them feel uncomfortable. It was like, why are you interested in me if you can't even speak my language?
Or even try. I did a video.
You don't even know who I am because you can't even speak my language. And I don't blame her for saying that. And you want to know who else is going to say that? Her father, her mother, her brother, her sister.
And that's the big thing, like Latino women, they're super family oriented as well.
Yeah, the good ones, the ones that you can marry. Hey, bro, you can even say that about Latin women, the good Latin women who actually like brothers. And there's a lot of them in the United States. Same way.
This is Instagram.
If you can't communicate and you're not talking to him, she's gonna be like, then why do you like me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't blame her.
Yeah, when I went to Colombia, like I got a lot of respect just for respecting their home and their culture and then trying to speak.
They love that.
Like
they love it.
I'm not super fluent, but at least I tried and I was good by just doing that.
You make her feel special.
Yeah.
Like she's this beautiful flower that you found through the rough in Colombia, and you love everything about her, everything around her, including her. And the fact that she has all these qualities, the fact that she's pretty is like, okay, whatever. I've seen pretty girls. Yeah, she's pretty too. But the fact that your mind is so clean and beautiful, and when I talk to you, I feel refreshed. Like I'm finally having a conversation with a decent person. I feel like, the world is finally smiling at me because I'm with you. I'm getting romantic, but that's how they are.
Yeah, I had the girl. She was a smooth 10, and she was like, "Yo, why did you pick me?" And I was like, "You fired." Like, why wouldn't I pick you?
But you can't say that. You can't be like, "Oh, because you're beautiful." She's gonna be like, "Yeah, I know," but. And there's women in the United States, but I've been on dates with women that were way out of my league because I was fun, energetic, and I got interest with them. You know what I'm saying? I bonded with them. And dudes is like, "Oh, who this dude with her? Oh, you ain't driving a Bentley or what Louis Vuitton. You ain't. We all like that. We got that." And she's like, "That's repulsive to me."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're having a conversation with me. You're making me feel. You're making me feel like I'm special. Like. You not only feel lucky to have me as a person, but if I get fat and my looks go away, you're still going to feel the same way. If you can get in their heads like that, even in the United States, you're going to find yourself with a woman that is way out of your league. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen dudes. I've lived in 12 different states in the United States because rolling with the government. Mm-hmm. You will find, I've seen brothers that were, black men, white, Hispanic, that were like 10 notches up under me. That were like a 3, looks wise, standing side by side. He's a 3, and I'm considered a 10 to whoever's look. Whatever. I'm a 10 to some girls. It is what it is. And he's with a girl that you would think he had to have bought her for like $100,000.
Right.
And you're like, she loves him. And you're looking, he's like, but I don't get surprised by that no more. That was like 10 years ago that I was like still surprised, like, what are you with him? I don't do that no more because it's immature. It's beneath me to say that about a man. Because now that I understand how things are, I don't say that about men no more. I don't get surprised that you with this girl that's way out of your league. I went to school with brothers that were fun. Everybody, y'all know him, fun dude. Everybody likes him, real popular, man. But he's fat and he's like got bubbly head. And he's all, jumbly. He ain't got, what I'm saying? He ain't good looking, but he's fat. He's fun. Everybody like him when he comes to the room. Like, yo, what up, my man? You know that dude. Yeah. And his wife is the baddest girl in the city. I've seen that over and over and over again in the United States.
You know what I realized about what you said, and I like what you said. But you know what I realized? Moving away from the U.S. to Nigeria and just observing. People don't think like that. Like I've talked to girls, I've walked up to girls and I'm like, she's gonna turn me down. Here in Nigeria, baddies, I'm talking about 10 over 10. It's like, yeah, here's my number, call me. And I text them, I call, and they're like, oh, what took you so long? And I'm just like, I'm still thinking in my US head, like I have to wait. I don't want to seem thirsty, but they're like, if you don't text me right away, I see it as okay. You just got my number for fun, and
that's how it is.
So all this matrix of 10s of this and this and that.
Let me get on that real fast. I'll be brief. I'm gonna be brief. There's who's 45 and over.
41.
44. All right, not really, but there was a time period. All right, if you were my, it's a time period where we all listen to Smooth Grooves, okay? New Edition, Silk, you know what I'm saying? Smooth, you got your shirt right. We used to do it like that. Your pants, your belt right. We used to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how we used to do. You know what I'm saying? We listen to R&B, and now it's like you're R&B, you're weak for that. But when you go overseas, you're not ugly, man.
Nope.
We were actually programmed. Yes. We've been bombarded.
That's what I'm
the hatred and the racism in the United States that we're literally made to think we're ugly. For a long time, I thought it was ugly till I joined the Navy, and the first place I touched down with was in Spain, Palma, Spain. And the women that were saying that, I thought they were messing with me. I was like, turn away. And I started realizing, like, oh shit. And I'm looking at the
Yep.
white dudes because I grew up thinking that they're just better, right? All the
Yep.
women like them. I go overseas and they're not even looking in their direction. They don't even care that they're there. They're looking at me. And I start to dress up a little different. I start to clean up a little different. I was like, I actually have a reason to step out with confidence. And then I'm in France. And then I'm in this country. And I'm over here. Then I'm in Japan, going with the Navy in every single country I went to. Every single one. I was considered gorgeous and all the beautiful women wanted me. And I thought that it was just American swag. And I was like, I didn't have American swag. I'm young, man. I joined the I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
I had no
James.
swag at that age. I mean, you got a young swag that is invisible to you, but you're just young, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you can tap into it a little bit, you can get certain girls, you know what I'm talking about. It's the BS nightclub BS. But anyway, it's kind of what you're doing when you put on a $400 Gucci belt, your pants sagging at 40, and you get the chain and everything to watch. That's what you're doing. You're tapping into that young vibe. But anyway, y'all know what I'm
James,
saying. But
James, I just have a quick question for you.
I have to move
Go
my
ahead.
I have a
whole
quick
outfit.
question for you.
But I'm gonna stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, James, I have a quick question for you. So, have you guys ever heard the phrase, she's not out of your league, she's just out of your price range?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? How true do you think that is?
Very true, especially here. I think anywhere in Colombia. I mean, I wouldn't say in Colombia because you can be broke and have a girl, but definitely like in the States. If you're like a ball player, basketball player like that, Bobo. Think about Bobo, a tall basketball player. And he was dating this like Dominican Republic chick. You guys know Bobo, right? Big, tall, dark-skinned dude. You know, Bobo. Yeah, he was dating
Bobo.
Dominican Republic chick who he cheated on her, but she was like gorgeous, and he would have never got her if he wasn't super rich and had NBA money. So money.
You didn't care about him though. But
Again,
anyway,
I think that's more of an American thing because
Right,
I walk down the street in Nigeria and I see baddies all day, and you don't need any, like you literally don't have to be rich. Just pull up on them, say what you want, and if they vibe with you, they vibe. And some girls overprice themselves here as well. But you just
That's
stay
another
away from
statement,
girls
man.
like that. You just stay away from girls like that.
But there's a certain clientele of women that I like to go for in the United States. That if you come out there, if you go approach these women with swag, with a chain on, and your Gucci belt, if you walk up to these kind of women in the United States, you're gonna repulse them. I'm talking about women who carry themselves like a congresswoman. You know what I'm saying? Like a news reporter, women of that quality, women who just like you don't even want to go because you think if you get too close to them, they're gonna call the cops. I approach those kind of women. I'm saying I'm not throwing myself on that pedestal, but those are the kind of women that I go for in the U.S. Women who carry themselves like that. You can't get those women flossing. They're gonna look at you like an idiot. You try to show them your Rolex watch and flash, they're gonna be like, I'm busy right now, so I'm kind of just want to talk to my friends. I'm like, just trying to be with myself right now. Thank you. You can't get them like that. You have to talk to them. You have to engage with them. You have to have read a book that they've read. You have to be in a field of study that they're in. Maybe she's a rocket scientist working for NASA. Oh, is that too much for you? You can get those girls? Or maybe you read a book that she wrote and you didn't even know she wrote it. And you start talking about that. Oh, I read this book. It's like, I wrote that book. What did you think? Now you're engaging with her. That's how you get those women. Those are the kind of women that really brothers should be striving for, should be stepping their game up to get. Because women in the nightclubs, those women are easy. Okay? Those women are easy. Plus, a lot of them got empty freaking Ds.
I have a different perspective, though.
Wake up.
I have a different perspective from what you're saying.
Okay.
I say just leave American women alone. You're not going to get anything from them.
I agree.
But there's brothers who can't travel.
Brothers that can't travel, book a consultation with Austin, book a consultation with me, get your ish together and get out. That's the only way you're gonna. It's not even only about women. Let's just leave women. Your dollar goes a long way. You get respect. You have a higher self-esteem as a man. And as a black man, you're on the bottom. As soon as you leave the US, you're on the top. Because now you're American. You got a blue passport. What?
Yeah, let me add a perspective.
I've been to 15 countries on this planet. 15.
Let me
15.
And I can tell
especially if you go to Africa, you're at the top.
Once you leave the US as a man, you think you're black, whatever they want to call this skin.
That's
bro,
true.
You have a U.S. passport, bro.
That's
you
true.
are a man, and you are not just a man. You are a higher tier man.
Right.
And if
Well,
you're
you
making
have to
money,
be
you're
that
getting
higher tier
dollars,
man. You have to be.
You have to work towards that.
Yes, you have to
work
be.
towards that.
Yeah. In
That's
other
not
words,
true though. That's
Get
not
out
when
of
you're in
debt.
the United States, you just who you are. So if
Nah.
you are a man of status, if you are a man who walks like brothers from Wall Street and everything, and I know these brothers, I know dudes that work on Wall Street. I was born and raised in Connecticut, man. I know them. They hang out in New York all the time. I've seen brothers that stay. Let me tell you something. Here's something
I'm in
something else in
Brooklyn
the
right
United
now.
States. If you are a black man in the United States, and you are that, I know brothers who look like they came off the runway, 6'2", built like they be in the gym like every day, well educated, graduated from Harvard, making $220,000 a year, no kids, no problems, excellent health. Those kind of black men, there is no kind of man in the United States that can compete with them, whatever room they go into to get women.
Yeah,
Any
but-
kind of
but-
I'm speaking
but-
facts,
but-
man.
the law
Yeah.
still applies
Facts.
to them. The law still apply to them.
You don't want
You
you don't
still
want
get
those
divorce
women.
scraped.
Can I
You don't
finish
want
my
those
sentence?
divorce scraped. You still can get Me Too'd. You get no respect.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at Will Smith. Look at
Yeah.
guys on
You're
top.
kind of like a target when you get to
Bro,
that kind of high
exactly.
status.
Yeah, I was kind of going to get into that, but
No,
y'all cut me.
James, guys, sorry to cut you off, but
I need to get a drink
guys
now.
like that shouldn't even be in the U.S. They shouldn't
That's
even be in the U.S.
Yes,
What?
let me
exit strategy.
Bro,
I don't mean they stay there
me.
though.
I know why you cut me off. I respect that because it's all good, man. We all cutting on each other respectfully. It's all good, but let me finish it up. Now, those kind of brothers right there, I've seen them move in a room. Okay, and I ain't racist, but these white boys and these Hispanic dudes who a lot of us actually think can get all the girls, they can't get women over brothers like that. When these kind of brothers go overseas, can speak the language.
Stop playing.
Let me explain something to you. I've
Killing the game.
seen them in the field. They pluck one out of the thousands of highest of quality, wipe her up, and just those are the passport bros.
I know
That
you're
I
not gonna believe me. I know you're not gonna believe me. I know you're not gonna believe what I'm about to say. I'm 5'10", 41, average guy. You know, I mean, you guys are looking at me. Nothing special. Guys like that you just explained. My lifestyle in Nigeria and his lifestyle in the US can't even compare. I am, bro. You want to check my WhatsApp? You want to check
what
the
is it that they can't
What am I-
compare to?
Facts.
The respect I'm
You
getting.
don't even have to
the
explain.
quality
man.
of life.
I know what you go. I know you live in a life
Bro,
right now.
bro.
Yeah,
I
they can
can
get
back
that
that
too.
up. I can back that up.
No, they can't.
Let
Not
me
in
add
America.
this perspective.
You
Let me
have to leave the US. That's
Let
the
me add-
solution.
let me
I don't
add
care
this
what
Y'all
perspective,
missed
right?
my point then. Y'all missed my point.
No. I got your point. I got your point. But I'm saying the solution. So because every guy is not like the guy you just explained. The guy that you just explained.
Of course not, but
1%,
exactly
1%.
exactly the way you move in Ghana to get the status you can. These are the kind these
Nigeria,
brothers
not
can do. What's that? What country you say?
Nigeria, not
Oh
Ghana.
my bad, Nigeria. The way what you did in Nigeria,
Ghana,
you moved, and the status you got. These are the brothers who can do that. You did it too. Hey, bro, you said you're average, and you said I'm just a regular. That's American thinking. You and I both know that there's countries you can go to and you're considered absolutely gorgeous. And they're not playing. They really believe in it. And there's places in Europe, Estonia, Sweden, Serbia, Hungary, France. You go to these countries and they will feel that way about you. And they're not playing. And if you have that status, if you have that class, you know what I'm saying? And you can even show them that you're trying to learn their language. Things like that. But look, we are not in the United States. We have a 5-point deficit on the 10 scale. A 5-point. I'm not exaggerating. 5 points. White dudes got a 5-point advancement. What these white boys get in the United States, you send them to France or Germany, and they want to get back to the United States so fast they don't even know they don't even know what to do with themselves because they're very, very basic. And a lot of these, I've seen them when I was in the Navy, they used to turn around and look at us with the girls mad. Any brother who's in the Navy right now who's been overseas can tell you that we're all experiencing. We be sitting there with the foreign women, having drinks, laughing and everything. They're sitting on our laps, they're all around us, talking with us, laughing with us, kissing our heads and everything. It's not exaggeration, okay? Not exaggeration. And they sitting over there having the drinks, they're all bunched around, and they're looking at it. Because there's a lot of racism in the Navy, more than you can possibly imagine. It was a race riot on my ship, okay? And they're looking at us and they're mad and they're just shaking their head. And when you're young, you don't understand it. And what it is we actually, a lot of us are actually building ourselves up to a level that is only considered just basic. We're just another dude in the United States, but you don't really realize that the quality of man that you're building up is actually superb. And you're saying because you can't compete in the United States with these other dudes, you're like, I'm just regular. So what? My credit score is 820 and I'm making 70 grand a year. So what? I have no kids. So what? I'm looking at my mirror in the gym and even though I'm 47, I look like I'm 25 and I've been in the gym 8 times a week. Well, so what? It's because these dudes can get all the girls they want. Fat, sloppy, smelling like a bag of collard greens, and he's banging this girl over here. So I'm just basic. I'm regular. You know what I'm saying? So what? I own 2 laundromats or whatever, and now I'm making 120 a year. And I got a Harvard grad. So what? I'm still basic because I can't get these girls. You go overseas,
exactly,
and they go,
exactly,
wow.
exactly.
And these women know the value of a woman. It's like you reach a peak, and then that's it. They're looking at you. They're like, and you don't realize they want you that much. They see the quality in you. They're like,
I like that you said that.
They're blown away by you, and you think you're basic, and you're humble. And the fact that you're humbled is through the roof because they're like, he doesn't even know, which means he's gonna appreciate the hell out of me when I hug him. You know what I'm saying? And kiss his neck. And look in his face and look directly in his eyes with a serious look to let him know that I have feelings for him, cook for him, clean for him. And he's sitting there relaxed with it after a hard day's work with his feet up on there, rub his shoulders, kiss his head, say dinner's ready, smile at you,
I got a point.
What's going on? My bad. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, James, I got
That's who we are. Go ahead. I rambled on, but go ahead.
And the reason why I make my videos is to let guys know, and I like that you brought that point up. No matter what you do as a man in the United States, you hear girls all the time. I want you to make 100 grand. If you don't make 100 grand, I ain't going to blah 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 blah. Yo, stop living your life based on pressure that's gonna keep you a slave your whole life. You can leave with whatever you making. Get a remote job. Whatever you're making, $40,000 a year, $50,000. You leave the U.S., $40,000 a year is basically top 5%, 10% in a lot of countries. So why you staying in the U.S. fighting some system? Are you not like Tyrese getting screwed up? Everybody getting screwed over. So no matter what you, especially as a black man, no matter what you do. I was born in the U.S. and my mom still is like, "What are you doing? Why did you leave?" I'm like, I'm making my choice.
You'd be surprised.
My happiness.
You should be surprised the quality of a man that's in the Matrix. J-Lo was able, what was it, A-Rod that she kicked to the curb and for Ben Affleck?
She kicked a lot of people to the curb.
She has all those kids, and she kicked that dude to the curb for Ben Affleck. I don't know why he's never gone to Colombia and had the pick of the litter. I don't know why. I have no idea why he was with her. I have no idea. I don't know. I think maybe he was trying to score or whatever, but I had no idea. When I'm like, I've seen Jennifer Lopez. I live out here in Vegas. I've given her to sign autograph. I mean, I was right there at her. And I've been to Colombia. I've been to these countries. I've been all over the world.
I'm from Miami. I've seen her.
Yo, didn't Anthony Anderson just move to South Africa or something?
That's why, but
oh yeah.
Who?
Yeah, he just did. The man's killing it there.
Who?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, man. I didn't hear you.
Anthony Anderson. You know Anthony Anderson? He just got divorced.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he just
Oh
moved to
yeah.
South Africa and got with a
Passport
model,
bros, man.
like a model or some movie star.
Passport
Yep.
bros, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
His
killing
But
didn't
it.
quite
you don't
knock
have
him
to
over
be
the head though.
these you don't have to be these big guys. You could be a
You
regular
don't.
guy working
Bruh,
at the post office, working a regular a school. All you guys out there listening to this, and you have a regular job. You do not have
Get
to
your
be this
passport.
250K guy, 100K guy.
guess what?
Nope, you do not.
George
If you
Clooney is a
save your
passport
money,
bro.
if you save your money as a postal service worker, a school teacher, a paramedic, just a whatever job. Truck drivers are making good money, but you could even be an Amazon delivery guy. Heck, you save your money, you live prudently, you can literally relocate, start a business, work remote, do a lot of different things, and you will be a top tier man. As Akin is telling you, especially in Africa, you're a black man. You need to be in Africa. You need to be in a city that has great internet, so you can still continue to make money online. And then
I got 5G.
You can also look for opportunities as well, because your money is going to go long. You'd be shocked. You could be a partner on a restaurant with a guy. You could be a partner on literally you one of the part owners of the club or one of the part owners of the restaurant, and you making your money online. You a top tier dude. You will live the life.
I'm gonna give y'all some advice for the young ones out there.
So I reckon.
I'm sorry. This is real important. It goes on to what you're saying. I got 2 master's degrees. I got an HR, master's in HR management and government contracting. I kind of basically doing both for the government. And when I work from home, I'm basically going to be signing off on contracts through my laptop, so I can work it anywhere in the country, and that's what I've been working up to. The federal government is actually a good move to being able to live overseas and have a great job in just about every country you can think of. Working for the federal government, working for the state. Those jobs are good. Acquisition management. There's a lot of fields you can get into, a lot of different management, a lot of different administrative fields that the government may be hiring for. Pathways, you go to college, they hire you right out of college. And that can actually get you a job in the government. And you're not going to get a job overseas right off the way. Some of them do, a lot of them don't. It's hard. You're working in the States for a little while. But however, there are jobs like working for the state that you automatically, that's what you're doing. You're working overseas.
I got some good feedback.
It's a move.
Because not to interrupt you, but I live here. Yeah, I live here for 9 months working remotely, and I make about $18 an hour, so minimum wage. I'm doing Python. I'm doing someone's Python course right now. IP Python. You guys know IP. He does passport stuff. So I'm doing Python coding to get like a high 6-figure job. So I make regular, $18 minimum wage, and I probably spend like maybe like $1,500 to $1,800 every month. So all you need is like about, I would say $1,000 every 2 weeks to kind of live, normally, and live, in Colombia.
More than normally in Nigeria.
Yeah. So in
Let
Colombia,
me read a comment. Noisy MacBook said, "I make $160K in America. Nice condo downtown. About 1,000 girls' numbers in my phone. No problem getting women. Soon as you text them, no response. Noisy Mac, get your damn passport."
Yeah, we're not talking about dudes. Passport bros are not supposed to be dudes who can't get girls in the US.
Book a consultation with Austin or book a consultation with me.
I feel as if things are different. For example, right? I went to a date for 2 Afro-Latina chicks, and when they're on the dates, both of them did the same thing. They did not touch their phones like even one time. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. No phones. I was shocked. Like, the first girl, I never even saw her phone. I don't know if she has an iPhone or Android. Didn't see her phone. The second girl, she had like an iPhone. She put it out like one time to answer a call, and then immediately shut it down. So it's crazy. And these chicks are gorgeous. I showed you a picture of one of them. I took on the date, but my Spanish kind of killed me. So please learn your Spanish before coming to South America.
Yeah, they don't care about their good looks in Colombia. Meaning they're not going to be on a date with you as this girl who's a 20 on a 10 scale and be like, I can get another man, so you better do this right. Or the next one, you better get it right. You better not make a mistake on this date with me, or as soon as you make a mistake, I'm out and I'm going to be texting somebody else. That's not what you're doing. It's not like that in Colombia.
Another tip for Colombia, or I would say South America, if you're on a date, do not stare at other females. Do not do that. I think that's what killed me as well. It was
you be asked
big
out.
Booty chicks. There's a bunch of big booty chicks. Like, I was sitting on a date with one of them, and there's like a crazy BBL chick just like towards my right, and I kind of looked a little bit, and that kind of fucked up the vibe. So sorry for my language, but
I've always been good at that. I never get
not-
caught looking at
yeah.
another girl. I've been good at that.
Here's some more perspective on anybody trying to leave the U.S. So I'm Kenyan, right? Born in Kenya. I'm younger. I'm more closer towards Austin's age. I'm 24, right? So came here when I was young. I'm working in tech. I live in New York City. For the guy who said he's studying Python, I'm a software engineer. If you need any help, any advice, hit me up.
Yeah, send me your email. Send me your email.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat. But here's some
the field to get into is cybersecurity. It's way harder, but if you get into cybersecurity, working for the government,
I'm
living
getting
overseas,
certifications in that right now.
you are so important that you can find yourself getting paid almost $300,000 to $400,000 a year. That's how important you are.
Exactly.
Because the field is very, very hard.
So being in tech right now and being young, I'm way above most people my age, and some perspective on anybody who's trying to move back. So I would say I'm part of the African diaspora, right? Like the people who moved here when we were young, and our parents came here hustling in America, this and the other, right? So for somebody like me who came here when I was young, did schooling here and all that, I already know off the bat, my mom's not retiring in America, right? So all our parents, like there's a bunch of us in America. You see us in the colleges and all that. You come across us, the younger 20-something-year-olds who were born in Africa but actually moved here. We all know our parents, for the most part, are retiring back in our country. So for me, being in like the position I'm in right now, I'm looking for land in Kenya, where Austin is right now, right outside Nairobi, right behind the airport, Syokimau. I'm actually looking for land there right now, trying to get myself set up. So like, as far as perspective for like how realistic it is to move back there, if I want to retire my mom like right now and say, get her set up, build a house somewhere in Kenya, $100,000 could probably buy the land, set her up, and do all that. And for right now, she's working on her own plan and everything. But the realisticness of actually being able to relocate back to Africa is very real. And I'm giving you the perspective as like somebody who's from there, grew up in America, living here right now. I'm in tech. I'm hustling, getting all that money up, everything. But it's very real. And like I'm in the process as a 24-year-old. Right now I'm just looking for land. Once I buy land, probably in the next 3-4 years, build something on there. After that, move back and get stuff running. But like it's very realistic for anybody who's actually trying to do it.
What I would like to do,
my situation too, Kat, and I've already started my process a little further ahead than you. Only thing was for me, I got kids, so it's harder for me to move everybody at once. So it takes a few years to get everybody situated, set up, and all that stuff. But yeah, anybody interested in going to Africa, particularly Nigeria, I got contacts, and I hit you up. I can definitely hit me back, man, and we'll link up when I get back to the city.
Yeah. I would like Africa, but due to my work and the time zone difference, it's a little bit trickier. And also, I want to learn Spanish, so that's another factor of me moving to Colombia because I want to learn Spanish. I do like black women. Africa is like the perfect place for black females, but I want to learn Spanish.
It's all right if you like Spanish women.
You know that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But
So what methods do y'all use to learn multiple languages?
But it's different though. It's different learning Spanish over an app versus like
you're better off learning conversational. Learn conversational first. Don't try to jump in and get fluent. Just learn conversational.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
If you could just talk to her, I mean, you'd be surprised. Once you learn conversational, without trying, you're gonna learn everything else too. Just like how quick you learn the slang. It's like, yo, my man is Buduka. You're like, what does Buduka mean? Oh, it just means he be getting mad booty. Now you know what Buduka means. Just like that. That's how you will learn the language. But in conversation. So you got to know what they're talking about, know what they're pointing at, and know the situation that they're in because of the other chatter that's going on around you. That's how you just naturally pick up the language. First you learn conversational and everything else will come natural. But reading and writing is different. You're gonna have to go to school for that.
Hey, so let me read one more super chat. It says Noisy MacBook says I lived in America. 90% of the positive interactions I have with women are foreign, Colombian, Indian, and European. Also, we got about 5 more minutes left. We're gonna wrap up.
Hey, I got y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, so just based on I see the conversation is mainly Africa versus South America. Where would y'all say your money was stretched the furthest? Because I'm working on actively leaving the U.S.
The Philippines.
No, I don't want to do the Philippines. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go there. I just don't want to live there.
Let me give you some advice. the time zone is like the most important factor, because if you have a regular job that works 8 to like 5, you got to consider that the time zone in Africa is way different. In Colombia,
Well,
there's a 1
I
hour difference.
wouldn't say that, Ethan. The thing is, in Africa, so if you're doing a job, the second shift, you would basically be up in the afternoon, and then you finish late evening. You can still go out in the evening and stuff like that. So I know people who work remote.
It's midnight over here right now, Austin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's over here. It's almost 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's 12:30. So I got off work at 6, which is like 11 p.m. here. So
yeah.
Well, he's talking about stretching his money. There's something people got to realize. I remember when I went to Thailand, and I saw people who thought you can live comfortably and nice $1,000 a month. Not really. You got to realize you want to live good. You want to live in a nice upscale apartment complexes. You want that overlooking city on a high floor with a pool right there, a gym, and an upscale flooring and walls that's clean and everything. When you come out, it's a nice person to meet you at the gate and everything. You want all that upscale stuff. I know I do, and I'm pretty sure you want that too, to live right and how you like, I'm good, I'm living now. Now, if you want
Not
that,
everybody's going to start.
that's where you start pricing.
But
Now,
not
you can
everybody's
get
going
that.
to start there. John, where are you looking to be in a city, or are you looking to be like in a more remote area?
Initially, I would rather be in a city just to get a good.
So what kind of
feel.
work are you going to be doing?
So my background is financial. I currently work at the bank, and I'm
Okay,
making
and you're going to
money.
continue to do that
and I don't
remotely?
remote at all. Say that again.
You're going to continue to do that remotely?
I would. I mean, I prefer that because I know finance, but
Okay.
something remote in finance, because of like y'all was talking about cybersecurity and
Yeah.
all that, they not really
Regulations.
pushing remote for financial jobs.
Yeah.
Financial security, financial advisor, you can work from
Pick a
overseas.
city with good
But if
internet.
he's working for like a financial institution,
And,
they
There's
wouldn't
always
let
a
him
way
work
around
remotely
that,
in
though.
another country.
There's always a way
For
around
security
that.
reasons.
Financial advisor is a very good field to go
Strong
into.
Wi-Fi, that's a big thing. Strong Wi-Fi. You're gonna have to think about energy costs because some areas don't have like reliable electricity, so you're gonna have to pay extra for that. So you have all your computers running. But yeah, I think you can get good. I think you can get by a good bang for your buck in Latin America or Africa. The only thing about Africa is the flights are gonna be costly, and if you want to jump around, you're gonna spend a little bit of money in Africa as opposed to like Asia or some of these other places. But in general, I think you could do well in both Africa, or just pick one of the major cities: Lagos, Nairobi, Addis Ababa. If you're interested in South Africa, I think Johannesburg or Cape Town would work as well. If you speak
Stay away
different
from
languages.
Egypt.
What'd you say?
John, let me tell you what I did. I have a remote job, and because the electricity is not reliable, I got a solar company to put a solar panel on my house that I rented, and
That's what
I
I
have
do.
I have a 24-hour electricity. So even if they take the electricity, the solar panel already charged, so it doesn't
Gotcha.
blink at all. My internet is stronger than my internet in Miami. When I was in Miami, it's stronger. If I do my internet test right now, it's really strong. I have a VPN server, so we know how that go. So
Yeah.
the VPN works like I'm in the US. So you just got to pick what's best for you. Pick a major city, of course. There are nice apartments here. Depends on your budget, but you have to pay every year. Here you pay every year, once a year, and it's good. I mean, it's a big money to cough out, but you don't have to worry about your rent for a whole year, which helps you save a lot of your money, most of your money. The cost of living is low. So if you could do Latin America, you say you don't want to do Asia, Latin America or Africa would be good for you.
I would say that.
What about
Africa, go ahead.
I was going to ask real quick. What about like? I hear a lot about like the black tax out there. Like if you're American and you go to Africa, like there's not really a set price. Everybody's going to try to, upcharge you way more.
Yeah,
than what it is.
that's don't worry. That's if you go to the market and start speak. I don't go to the market because as soon as they hear my accent, they hear a little bit of American accent. Of course, they're going to jack up the price. But I go to supermarkets where Austin lives in Africa. He goes to supermarkets. The price is already on the thing, so they can't
There's
charge you
something else
extra.
important. There's Americanized needs. There's Americanized needs that some brothers can't live without. You don't realize how American you are until you go to these foreign countries.
You have them here. You have
you're renting
If you're in a
apartments
major city,
That's important.
if
Tell
you're
them
in a
about it.
major city, you have
Tell them about it.
Yeah.
Yes, in
So
major
like
cities like
Nairobi, it's got
yes, in
everything.
Lagos,
Lagos
you got everything.
Medical, food.
Everything.
Right.
Yep.
Everything.
Water.
My neighbor,
Amazon? You guys
my
got
neighbor
Amazon?
just bought a Bentley truck. Like
Everything.
Well, no,
my
I
neighbor
mean,
right there just bought a Bentley truck. So
You guys got
you know.
Amazon?
I mean essentials, man.
Yes,
Essentials.
Amazon. Yes.
Are you
Yeah, we got
sure?
Amazon.
No,
Zara ships here. Amazon ships here.
Everything.
Are you sure that 'cause
locally.
my
ASL
package
ships here.
my package has been an import for 6 weeks now, and so you
Wh-
might.
wh- Where'd you import it to?
So technically, I use USPS. I didn't use Amazon because
Well, you're
Amazon
talking about
doesn't-
Colombia.
Yeah, Amazon does not ship everything. You guys got to keep that in mind.
I don't know.
Amazon
Not
does not ship
everything, not at all. I have a lot of needs too, and I realized that when I was in Thailand, as opposed to the Philippines, Thailand met a lot of my needs more. I was so comfortable there, and I barely. I mean, it was just kicking up $300 a month, and I had everything. I couldn't believe it, and that is a good money saver. Say you want to go here, and then you realize in order to live there, you got to be $2,200 a month on that level. And Thailand, you're getting it for $800 a month. But this is not really your steez because you don't like the women. Whatever the case may be. This is where you really want to be. So you be in Thailand for about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Put your money away and then go there. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to move again. So, you go to Thailand for like a couple months, save a little money, and move here. That's how you move around. That's how you move around the countries. And it'd be the surprise. Some of the most prestigious businessmen actually do that. They'll say, okay, well, this new thing that I got to do with my company is actually going to require me to meet these financial demands. So I'm going to do it from over here.
But there's
You know what I'm
nothing
saying?
that you
And then I'm going to get back over there.
Asia.
So-
There's nothing that you can get in Asia that you can't get in Africa in a big city.
Facts.
or in
Well, yeah,
Latin.
no, I'm not
So
saying that
his-
you can, but a lot of them
preference
don't know.
His preference is Africa or Latin America. So we're just telling him to go to the big cities, and he'll get everything he needs. In Nairobi, Austin can tell you he's got everything he needs. Lagos, Akeem will tell you.
I'm just saying that's important.
What about Chick-fil-A?
He said, "What
Come on,
about
man. You ain't
Chick-fil-A?"
going. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Why
You
y'all
ain't got no
niggas
Chick-fil-A.
I haven't had Chick-fil-A in 9
ain't
months,
got no
man.
Chick-fil-A.
I need Chick-fil-A.
They got
Can you cut your hair?
bro. Like,
Hey,
when you
hey,
get
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you the
They got
solution,
KFC
John.
and Landmark, and
That's
they
the
got your
solution.
chicken
You're gonna
fillet.
get a girl that's gonna make you your Chick-fil-A the way
Yeah.
you
at the
want.
house.
bro.
There we
You
go.
can't.
When you
They
leave
got
the
secret
United States,
ingredients,
when you
Fresh
eat
caught
real
Chick-fil-A.
food, when you eat real food outside the United States, bro, like
You're
when you
not
come
gonna
back
want
here,
Chick-fil-A.
It's
you're not
different.
gonna want
It's
Chick-fil-A
night and
anymore.
day, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna
I
be full,
travel.
faster, all that, man.
Yeah, I
Now learn
travel.
to cook your own Chick-fil-A, man.
I
Hey,
travel
how many
often.
brothers? If you can cut your own hair, raise your hand.
I own ball.
If you can cut your own hair, that's important.
Well, I can cut
Learn to
myself
cut your
bald.
own
That's
hair
about it.
because
Hey,
a lot of y'all don't look too good when your hair ain't cut right.
But
Yeah,
They don't got
yeah.
barbers
great
out there.
barbers.
I
There's
need
great
to
barbers
have
in
a barber.
Yeah, we about to go ahead and
That's
wrap
the
it up.
thing.
We're going to continue this probably sometime
I
on
got
Monday.
something to say. I got
Hold up,
something to
Austin, say that again.
So we're going to wrap up. We're going to continue this again Monday. I'm going to have Mr. Lucario on Monday.
Around what time?
He
It's
said
4:45 my time. I'm in Vegas.
it should be around 8 p.m. in Central.
Monday.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Guys, get your passport. Please get your passport. Whatever rumors you hear about Africa or whatever you're going, don't listen
Next
to
time, I definitely want to get more into like the places that we've been to that are number one, what it was like to be there, the essentials that were locally that we can get access to, the quality of the women, like the dimes and the tens, how they related to us, what how we move, how we need to dress, how we need to talk to them, and all their language barriers. I think those things are important. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your show, but I'm saying from my perspective, for someone who's been watching me from day one, Austin, I am a fan. Those things are pretty important. That's why I want to. That's why I
Austin,
definitely had to
thank you
come
for
on your
bringing
show.
us on. Thank you for bringing us on,
Your
Austin.
feedback, huh?
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, Austin.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
James, thank you for your service too, and Austin, thank you again for
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Good looking
Thank you.
out, man. What you're doing, brother, is a big thing, and I
Yes,
appreciate
indeed.
your courage in going to Africa by yourself. You know, a lot of your boys didn't come with you, but you went there and you really did I want to give you big props for that. Big props.
Thank you.
Shout out
Hey,
to you,
Austin. So your next number to celebrate is going to be 100,000 subscribers. Where you at right now?
Let's go, 100K.
I'm at 80.
You at 80. So your next
Close to
celebration,
100K.
I'm pretty sure you're going to celebrate at 90, but the big one is going to be 100, right?
Yeah, 100 for sure.
Congrats
I'm
on 80,
partying
by
with
the
you.
way.
That's a promise. I don't know
Yeah.
where you're going to be, but I'm having a drink with you at 100,000 subscribers. Mark my word.
I
Wherever
appreciate
you at,
that.
I'm gonna be there.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll announce it before I get there too. I'll probably be in Africa by then though. Maybe South Africa.
Nothing wrong with South Africa. We'll talk about that though.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll talk about that.
I noticed nobody mentioned any